Welcome back to another episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies.
Judging Baddies.
Where we read internet stories and then we judge people.
As nicely as we can.
Yeah. Well, speaking of nice, we do have a nice guy. We have a guest today.
Wait, who's coming on?
My friend Gabriel.
Oh, Gabe.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of him.
He is an acquired taste.
You could say that, yeah.
So
he seems like one of those nice guys.
He is. And then I thought who better to do our nice guy segments than Gabriel. So
that makes sense.
Today when we get to our nice guy, anytime we do our nice guy incel
you're going to invite Gabriel on for every oh man.
Yep. He's just going to be off to the side playing his Nintendo Switch. They have, Fire Red and Leaf Green is coming out on the Nintendo Switch, so people are excited about that. Me, I sell the 7 Cs with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing Fire Red and Leaf Green on emulators, 4x speed for too long to go back to a Switch and, just fucking walking slow motion to wherever I got to go. No, I'm not
Couldn't be
that.
you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll play on 16x speed if I'm in an area where I know I can, fucking EV train my ass off without running into, I'll throw that bitch on 16x speed and we'll do the business.
Two daddies, judging baddies.
Do you want to start off the shindig?
I can start it off if you'd like me to.
All right, let's start it off.
My husband critiqued photos he took of me, and I'm having a difficult time getting past it.
All right, you never do that.
Why? Why would you ever? All right, about a year ago, my husband and I booked a hotel for a fun night out, and we decided to take some spicy photos.
Oh, fuck yeah. What is this guy doing? Yeah, I just realized. Well, right there kind of looks like you got a little bit of a fupa. And
she could have pimples and there's not lovely.
Right.
Awesome. When you are unavailable, these get quite a bit of usage. Totally. Well, doesn't make sense. I picked out some fun outfits for the occasion and he took the photos. A few days later, we were talking about them when he told me that I needed to work on my face and maybe pick different outfits and do different makeup. Is he gay?
Yeah, what is happening? Ask him. What you need to do is you need to ask him, is a penis a good shape or not? And if he says it's the perfect shape, I think
I
think he plays for the other team, but I think you got a spy in your camp.
Even if you didn't think that those photos were anything special to write home about, why? Why are you talking if you want to do it again in the future, you just be like, man, that was hot. Can I pick out some outfits you want to wear? There's never a time where you'd be like, you need to work on your face.
Not a booger.
No. Okay. Pick out different outfits and wear different makeup. What? Who's looking at the fucking makeup?
Right.
The outfit. You're looking
Are
at
there boobs and ass in this picture? Then yeah, who's looking at the makeup?
It's just wild. People, I don't get it. It was like a gut punch. Like many women who grew up in the 90s, I don't have a positive view of my body. Guys do, except for your husband. I had gotten better since turning 40, but those self-doubts don't ever truly go away. I don't think my self-esteem has ever been lower. He apologized, but the damage has been done. This isn't the first time he's made negative comments about my appearance.
Negative comments.
Yeah. They're Italian.
Italiano. Negative comments about my body.
I'm going to do it every time you mess up a word. A year or so before this instance, we had been out at a bar. When we were getting ready to leave, he said that I looked good, but there was a woman there who he thought was hotter.
What the fuck are you doing, champ?
And pointed her out to me. My wife and I will talk about attractive women around. We will. And never, ever would I ever say that any woman looks better than my wife. Ever. I won't say that to anybody. I don't care. It could be quote unquote, the most beautiful woman in the world. That's never words that will come out of my mouth. The respect for my wife is never going to let me be like, oh man, that chick's hotter than my wife. No. What are you doing as a husband that you would ever say those words out loud to anybody, let alone to her face?
My wife will be like, I've put on a few pounds. I'm starting to, I feel like I look ugly. I'm like, you look delicious.
Yes.
You've always looked delicious. Like there was a time too where, I think it was after the third kid, and she showed me photos of like a year after that, and she had like put on some weight. I'm like, I couldn't have seen it.
No.
You couldn't have been more sexier to me. Like this is all you've always been, as sexy as the day I met you.
Yeah.
And it is never. There's never been a moment where I'm just like, oh well, this flaw, this just beautiful. That's it.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is like you're together. Like it's a unit. And like I don't care how attractive like I'm not only attracted to my wife simply for her body. Like there is so much more that goes into our relationship. And I think it gets kind of cheesy when people are like, my wife is the most beautiful woman I ever saw. Like she is beautiful. But like to like try to compare her against people, like I don't think it's a fair comparison. Like I don't only love my wife because she's beautiful. Like is that why I started chasing after her? 100%. But like I'm not like from that moment on. Like I think that stuff's like all wishy-washy. But like the shit that we like have spent time together and been through and like built a family and all that stuff, there is no other woman out there that I would much rather do this with. Like
Right.
that's it. But like to then say these words to your wife, there's a woman here, and I think she's hotter than you.
Crazy.
Like the programming in your head's fucked, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you're just stupid.
Are you sure he didn't mistake it and say, there's a dude there and he's hotter than you?
Or maybe he's just trying to prove he's not gay. I feel like that's what it has to be. He's trying to prove he's not gay or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's just going too hard about it.
I didn't say anything at the time because I was just so shocked and felt so ashamed. I confronted him about it sometime later and he didn't remember saying it, but apologized. My husband isn't an awful person. He cares for me and has said many positive things to me, but the only things that replay in my head are these two comments. I think he was just careless with his words, but now I can't help but feel he's constantly comparing me to other women now. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
It
much.
sounds like he's doing that.
I keep trying to grasp onto a shred of confidence, but every time I see a woman more beautiful than me, it just slips away.
Poor baby.
Yeah. Like, dude, for one thing, like women do that a lot with each other. And like, I don't understand why. Like they'll judge other women. And it's like, no, she's not better than you. She's not prettier than you. Like everybody is unique and you're you. Like be you. And like, I think that's one thing that guys have over women in a way is that like I know who I am and I'm comfortable with it. I don't care if there's a guy with a better build than me, bigger dick, like better hair. I don't care. Like I'm me and I'm me and that's fine. But like women, like my wife likes to buy clothes to make her look a certain way and I'm like, that's cool, but you look sexy in the sweats and you know, your stained up shirt. Like I think you're gorgeous all the way through. And if you want to look pretty, go for it. Like, and if you think that those clothes make you look better, awesome. But like, you don't need them. That's
Right.
you. And then other women comparing themselves against you. You're trying to compete with them. But like me.
But I mean, that is what early, late 90s, early 2000s media did to women, though. It's just like
Yeah.
you have to. I remember there was a clip on TikTok, and it's a guy sitting somewhere, and a lady's washing dishes, and he's like, "That is a genetically superior ass." And then it zooms up on the lady's butt. She has just the tiniest butt.
Not a butt.
There
Wasn't a butt.
On which, look, we're not saying that's not attractive. Guys will still look at that butt and be like, "That is a great butt," because it's a butt and it
Yes.
belongs to a woman. I feel like as a guy, there's not many butts a guy can look at, especially in jeans. Like there's no way a guy could be like, that's not a good butt, especially in jeans. It's just wild. Like every guy, when we see a butt, doesn't matter if they're small, big, humongous, we're going to be like, butts. Like we love butts. We love boobs. And I think it was the early, you got like Victoria's Secret, all these movies that came out that was like, you got to be, 100 pounds or guys are going to look at you because you're a woman.
Yeah.
Because you are a woman.
At least the straight ones.
Yeah.
Well, and even the gay ones a lot of times.
Bro, I'm
Everybody
sorry.
likes boobs.
Yeah. There's no gay dude that could be like, just boobs they're nice to look at. They're just nice to look at.
Ew, gross.
Well, how does
Boobs.
media have to be where it's just like we've taken something that poops and something that lactates and we're just like, fuck yeah.
Well, the media didn't do that. That's genetics.
Do you think that's been all time?
Yeah.
Like they were back in the Civil War days, they were just like, man, look at the knockers on that broad.
Well, I mean, it's the the whole thing of, I think it was in the medieval times, like if a woman was overweight, it meant that she was like
Wealthy.
wealthy enough to be fed that much. And so it was, and like once again, the hips and the boobs and the butts, all that is like, oh, she is well nourished that I can procreate with her.
To my dearest Beauregard, upon visiting your house last summer, I noticed that your wife, or I'm happy for the marriage that you and Miss Margaret are going through. And might I say, Miss Margaret is a delectable specimen. The bosoms on that broad are absolutely delightful, and is the favorite thing, is my favorite view when I come upon your house. Has it always been like that?
Yeah.
I want to look into that now.
Well, I mean, you'd have to just go to any like non-modern tribe or community. Like it'd be the same things. Like there's no, a butt's a butt. Like girls like butts too. Like girls like well-nourished men as well. Maybe not fat. Maybe they're not as open to the all shapes and sizes thing, but they're definitely open to a well-nourished guy.
It's crazy that you just don't, I mean, I don't know. As a guy, to just be, I mean, and then there is obviously like outliers and things that can happen, but where you just don't look at women and you're just like, it's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, there's things that you could find attractive about her, about any woman.
In this, like I've never commented negatively on my wife's appearance ever. Like the only thing that I ever did was when she grew her hair out, I was like, maybe we don't cut our hair short again. Maybe like after she had told me, like, I really didn't like that. But like when she had it, I was like, oh, that looks great. That's good. Mm-hmm.
My wife got her hair cut short, and the whole time I was like, yeah, I love it. Yeah. And then, years later, her hair's grown out, and then like she shows me a picture. She's like, I can't believe I ever got my hair cut this short. And I'm like, what's your name, B.O.B.? So they're calling you Bob, because it looked like she had a bob. Yeah. And like now is the time you can like pick and play about it when it's not, when her hair isn't like that.
Because that's no longer her. Like she's not in that spot anymore. And like I still thought she was gorgeous. It's just it wasn't my favorite. No, like, but yeah, not in that moment. Like if I would have said something negative to her appearance at that point, it would fuck with her brain. Like, and I'm not trying to mess up her self-image of herself. Like in that moment, there's different times where she's thought she looked like the coolest badass thing in the world. And, to her, she did. And that's what matters. It's that you went through that phase of like, oh, I'm going to dye my hair purple and fucking do whatever with it. Cool. Go for it.
Now, if you a girl in my family, I'm sorry. Like, my sister, she shaved both sides of her head.
And that's why she's as big as she is because you
did a little bun, and I saw her, and she was just like, I don't know why they were doing that, but her and my sister-in-law did it, and I was just like, Goro, fight. Like, you play Mortal Kombat, Goro? Yeah, like, they got that Goro going on. Now, if my wife did that, I'd be like, baby, that looks great, and I love it.
You look so sexy.
Sexy. But then years later, if she showed me, I was like, "Oh, what was I thinking?" That's like, Goro, fight.
See, and that's why your siblings or your family has so many self-confidence issues.
Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. I don't care. They're terrible people.
Terrible person. All right, so I don't have many people I can really talk to about this, but wanted to get it off my chest to hopefully see if putting my feelings out into the universe would help. My take on this is like, you really need to have a talk with your husband about how he talks to you and how you interact with him, because like in no way, shape, or form is any of this cool. And he needs to know that like as a woman, there are self-confidence issues, and him not being 100% confident and like having your back in this, that is the problem. It's not that he has an opinion on it. He can have his opinion. He can keep it to himself, but like none of this stuff ever needs to be said directly to you. And thank you for patiently waiting. I saw like 4.
Yeah, and y'all are going to see that. Like if I'm making the conscientious effort to give Dylan his time to talk, there's going to be times where I almost talk, but then I stop myself, and y'all just got to fucking deal with it. Fucking deal with me almost talking. But I think he's gone too far. Like there's no going back. Once you talk shit about your girl's appearance, like you can't, like, and as maliciously as he's done it, and he doesn't see it already in a malicious light. And they're, how old were they?
40s.
Yeah, 40s. I mean, you can't teach the old dog new tricks. He's just a dick person, and now you're seeing the signs that he's a dick dude.
Yeah, but like we don't know any of the like I'm a type of person, like I mean, rightfully so. We've been in this podcast for a year and I'm still fighting you to not cut me off at every like I am of the mindset that like people can change, people can grow, people can fix themselves. Like with that, that's not like cut him out, divorce, get out of here. Like it is a problem, but like how much of like what I was talking about with my wife, like it's the whole messy pie. Like we aren't perfect people. And like, yes, was he a shit? Those are the two things. You haven't said that he was doing this since he was in his 20s. He's got some wild hair up his ass that right now he's being a fucking shit stain and you need to fix it. But it can be fixed. Like your self-image is being fucked with. You need to lay out that like, hey, this ain't cool. Like if you want to go and fuck some hotter chick than me, there's the door. But like other than that, like you just need to learn your place and that none of this stuff is cool.
But if your wife was like, your dick's kind of small, like I just wish it was bigger, okay? And then she starts talking about a person, like that guy looks like he has a bigger dick. It doesn't matter if she comes and then is like, you know, you're like, hey, the way you worded that really hurt my feelings. Every time you have sex now, you're going to think like, man, I'm not enough for her or something like that. So I think this is
your dick size does not like predicate how you perform as a sexual partner.
Correct.
Like, so like somebody could have a bigger dick, but I can eat pussy better than they can. So like it doesn't like I get where you're coming from, but also at the same rate, like he fucked up twice. How much time do they have invested? How much like life do they have together? Do they have a house? Do they have kids? Do they have dogs? Do they have like all their stuff mixed up together to just simply be like cut over two comments that shouldn't have been said? But like that's what therapy's for. That's what working on a relationship's for.
Right. But how much shit has she missed until he, you know, they take the nude photos and then he points out your makeup's done wrong and he just looks bad. Like how much shit does she miss? And then, you know, once he says that hurtful thing, then she starts like, oh, that woman's real good looking. You know, it could be now that she's picking up on it. I refuse to believe that this guy got in his 40s and was like, now I'm being a dick.
Those are the only two examples she gave. So otherwise, if there was a big litany of things, she would have laid them out. But from that story, she's got two things that he said, both of them wildly inappropriate.
Right.
But like now's the time to cut it off and be like, hey, this don't fly.
Cut his dick off. There you go. Just take it to the complete extreme.
Or just show him pictures of dicks and see if he likes those, because that might be the case too. He might have been he might have been a beard the whole way through, and then now you're figuring out that he actually thinks the penis is a perfectly designed sexual object.
Perfect shape, just completely put together. Like how can you look at a penis and then look at a vagina and say that looks better? Oh, dog, because I'm programmed like that. That's how my brain is programmed. So it's literally I have to put no thought into it. If I was shown a dick and then a vagina, I'm gonna be like, that vagina looks infinitely better, I think. Okay. And I am of the mindset that you don't choose if you are gay or straight. You just be gay or you just be straight. But if you're like, man, dicks look so good, I'm gonna say you're probably gay.
See, my favorite part of watching a dick is watching it disappear into the better
a dude's butt.
Oh, you got me.
I got snarked him. Dylan just sitting here on this podcast. Didn't think anything was going to happen. Nothing. Snarked out of nowhere. My husband-to-be wants everyone to know I'm not pure. No pre-take on this?
I don't know whether it's which I guess if it's religion, then they shouldn't even be getting married, right?
I guess, but he wants everyone to know I'm not pure.
It's so weird. Why do you want anybody to know at all?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be ashamed of it, and also you shouldn't be proud of it. Like it shouldn't be a thing.
So, yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know. I know we're gathered here today to, for this wonderful ceremony of but my wife, before I met her, or my soon-to-be wife before I met her, got dicked down by somebody else. So she is not pure. It's exactly what the title says. I've been with my fiance for 6 years and engaged for the past 8 months. I've been doing most of the wedding planning, but my fiance, let's just call him Ryan. I feel like that's a good name to give a douchebag. Will give his input here and there. So about a month ago, Ryan out of nowhere said he was talking to some of his coworkers and thinks I shouldn't wear a white dress. This was totally weird to me. Ryan is a very artistic guy. So,
Artistic?
artistic, you say? He likes the arts. So I figured this was more about how the photos would turn out or something along those lines, but I'm set on wearing white. I told him this, and I could see that he was annoyed, but let it go. 2 weeks ago, I finally picked and paid for my dress, and this caused a huge argument. Ryan, again, came to me very annoyed. He asked to see the dress I picked, and I said no because I wanted it to be a surprise for our wedding day. He asked me to at least tell him what the color was, and when I said white, he threw a fit. I honestly do not see why this was a big deal. Almost everyone wears white on their wedding day. When I asked him what color he thought I'd be wearing, he told me I should wear red. Again, this was super weird to me. I asked him why I would wear red to our wedding, and he told me that brides only wear white when they are pure. I don't think a lot of wedding dresses would be white.
There would be like next to none. Unless they're high school sweethearts getting married right out of high school. Like, and even still.
Right. For some background, Ryan and I started dating when I was 21 and he had just turned 20. He was a virgin when we met, and I only had one other person who was my ex-boyfriend of 4 years throughout high school. This caused a lot of problems. The first year of our relationship, and we almost, that was my fault. There was no punctuation there. I should have kept strolling. This caused a lot of problems the first year of our relationship, and we almost did not continue dating because of how insecure he felt. Well, here's your sign.
Yeah, that was the perfect time to just go ahead and exit.
Yeah, I don't think this gets better. After that first year, it was never a problem again until now, I guess. He went to his mom about all this, thinking she would convince me, but she's on my side. So 2 nights ago, Ryan, his mom, and I stood in our living room and argued about my sex life being shown in a dress. His mom stated that he is no longer a virgin either, so maybe he should wear red too, and he burst out crying. This is your time to run, bud. You are 27 years old, so you can go. You just get out of here. Just get out of here. Go on, nerd. Ryan is still stating that me wearing white would be deceiving all of the guests and that it is different for guys. I don't think it's white because they're pure.
I think that was the original tradition. That was the tradition. But once again, like, come the fuck on.
And technically, if you get married, then you're pure in God. Or if you get saved, you're pure in God's eyes.
There you go.
So there you go.
So just go get some holy water sprinkled on your face.
Is that a thing? Can you be a born-again virgin?
God has sealed up my hymen, which that's not even true either. But
this is all, trust me, T.I. knows. This has honestly made me question even marrying this man. I don't know if it's just because everything is so fresh, but I'm really disgusted by him. He's not even religious, so I know this is just about him still thinking about me losing my virginity at 18 before I even knew him. I just needed to rant to anyone about how psycho this is. So this is like a little edit. Most of the commenters are also baffled by Ryan's thought process and agreed that this still shows a high level of insecurity that can't be put aside. They say that it feels as though Ryan is pushing OP for having sex before meeting him, which is nonsensical. If this is how he views virginity, then how will he treat any future daughters? OP is encouraged to break up with Ryan. And there's an update. All right. What do I wear on my first date in 6 years? I'm in my late 20s and just broke off an engagement. This is going to be my first date in as many years. That's kind of quick.
Just like, I mean, if there was like something that like, but that right there, you're just like, well, I just wasted 6 years. Like, right. I'm not getting any younger. Fuck that. On to the next one.
We're going to a nice waterfront seafood restaurant in North Carolina. It's a beach, but also November, so I have no idea if that would be appropriate. That's just a good update. Like, hey, this guy's being a dick and he's being weird. And then the update is, I left him.
Yeah, I just wish it was like, we've been together for a year and we're getting married next year and he lost his mind. Like, so that it wasn't 6 fucking years. Like, I mean, she should have left way earlier. But they're fucking now. So she's not pure, like, technically, no matter what. It doesn't matter whether she's fucking the groom to be or not. Like, she's not pure. Like, you guys have had sex, so she wasn't. None of it makes sense. That guy's fucking crazy.
Just Weenie Hut Jr. right there. Been watching a lot of SpongeBob here recently. I went to bed last night watching SpongeBob.
I'm getting so much criticism for not watching SpongeBob. Like,
yeah, right. Like when SpongeBob came out, I was 7 or 8. When SpongeBob came out for Dylan, he was like 14, 15 years old. So,
and everybody's like, oh, my grandpa watched it. Well, yeah, your grandpa was sitting at home watching TV. I was out fucking tearing up the roads trying to do as many drugs and hook up with
teenager
girls.
stuff, yeah.
Like I was not sitting around my TV watching. And if I was sitting around my TV, it was probably going in and out of being stoned and taking naps. I was not. And then the other thing that I was thinking about with it though is like we have this notion of the way that you watch TV now because you can turn on SpongeBob and watch as much SpongeBob as that was not how it was. Like SpongeBob came on TV and there'd be what? Like
SpongeBob has never came on TV.
Certain.
You weren't watching SpongeBob. You was watching some nasty That's what I think is so weird too, man. If there's a cartoon, people make porn out of it. If there's a thing.
Who wants to watch that? Like, who looks at.
Gabriel likes it, I hear. And after your story, we are going to we're going to have Gabriel go over our nice guy post. And also a thing that will be starting up this week that you're hearing the podcast is that Gabriel is going to go onto the Patreon and give people some like dating advice, little dating tips and stuff like that.
He's going to tell you how to pick up women.
Yep.
Nice.
And just going to patreon.com/Mike and Dylan, you can get that plus bonus episodes. So
I heard Tony might show up for some life advice,
some inspirational
financial guidance, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tony's a good guy. I like hearing Tony's takes on things. This one is, am I the asshole because I let my dog lick off of my plate? I had a friend over for lunch today and made us some grilled ribeye steaks. I seasoned them with just salt and pepper, no garlic or onion. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Okay, you didn't use garlic or onion?
Sure.
All right, whatever. Must have been a good steak. After we finished up lunch, I put my plate down for my dog to lick up the remaining steak juice off my plate. My friend immediately had a visceral reaction and was acting like this was one of the most disgusting things they've ever seen.
I mean, I think it's I don't a little bit disgusting, but because I wouldn't feed my dog people food. You know what I'm saying?
I always let my dogs eat people food.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's like a roll of the dice because I grew up where dogs ate people food, and then there'd be like,
Oh, that's why they said no garlic or onion.
Oh yeah, like okay, there's no garlic or onion in it, but I think it's a dick move just because imagine you get like a fat juicy steak, okay, and I bet dog parents see it this way too. But imagine you have a fat juicy steak and your kid's just like sitting there looking at you like, fuck, Dad, that's a good looking steak, and you eat all the steak and you're like, here, you go lick the fucking juices off of it. It's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, if you aren't feeding your fucking kid the steak as well,
right?
If you aren't giving your kid,
but I'm saying the dog don't get no steak.
But the dog doesn't give a shit about eating the steak. They just want to taste the juices. Like a dog is happy to get whatever you're getting. I don't know. I've always let my dogs so whenever we eat pizza, it was always pizza bones, and so we just give them the crust, and dogs would eat it. And
right.
Yeah, if I didn't finish a plate or there was like fat left over from a steak, just set it down for the dog to eat.
I think like it's just a crapshoot of how the food that you're making is gonna fuck with their digestive system.
I've never had any issues. They proceeded to tell me how unsanitary this was, and they never want to eat my cooking ever again because they now question my kitchen hygiene standards. I replied that the plates go directly in the dishwasher and are completely sanitized, and asked how they felt about eating off of plates from a restaurant. They said, quote, "It's not the same. It's an animal and animals need separate bowls," unquote. I never thought about it from their perspective. I grew up with dogs my whole life, and this is just something we did growing up. Also, the fact they don't trust my cooking hygiene standards, don't want to eat my homemade food ever again, cuts really deep, and this whole incident is making me really question if I really am the problem here. Am I the asshole? See, I took you as a guy that would let a dog eat off the plate.
Not off the plate, no.
So
I know my wife will do it sometimes, and then.
But you're not turned away by it.
What do you mean?
Like you don't think that plate needs to be incinerated and never used again.
No.
That's what those people were going for. Was like, ew, it's so gross. Like now the dog's juices are on the plate.
I'm not of the mindset that dogs' mouths are nastier than people's. Now, especially our big dog, and having Theo where he eats like, you know, because he'll eat like on coffee table level, stuff like that. And she'll just walk by and just, you fucking asshole. Get outside. Get outside. But I'm not like, yeah, we got to burn that.
Yeah, Buddy, before he passed, he was up until I think my daughter was about 3, he would not touch anything. But then when he realized that there was all this food sitting around, he would climb up on the couches and like grab food off of plates and stuff. And I was like, what, where is this? Like, you, for 10 years, you didn't do jack shit. And then now that you're like, I'm old, you can't fuck with me. And he'd just go wild. But the people that do, like, it does turn my stomach when I see it, is when somebody like gets a spoonful of peanut butter and then they lick it and then they let their dog lick it and I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, you're French kissing your dog at that point.
So, but then people will like let their dog like lick all up in their mouth, and I'm just not me. That's not something that I jive with. And I get that, you know, for the most part, you're probably not going to get sick from it, but I do see that they go out and eat fucking roadkill and will lick their own asshole and stuff like that. And I'm just like, none of that. No.
Right.
No.
All right, so Dylan, if you want to switch the camera over to you, I'm gonna go grab Gabriel for I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the little post. It was posted at a college campus. I feel like Gabriel is the guy to give you all the advice on this. So
yeah, and
grab him.
As soon as you stop talking, you can go ahead and
get a good Patreon
go
picture
ahead
there while I get Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, it should take you less than 3 seconds to get Gabriel, but you're dragging it out and keep wanting to talk this whole time. I'm literally just trying to keep everybody entertained. But instead of it taking 2 seconds, you're dragging it out as much as you can, because Gabriel's over here in the corner. Hey, Gabriel, can you pause your game for a second and then come over and...
I guess, whatever. All right. So I guess you guys want some premium advice from a real premium guy.
Oh, that's a nice shirt, Gabriel.
Thank you, Sailor Moon.
Is that one of your favorite animes there?
Yes, she is... She is what we call a universe level threat. She can collapse space and time as people know it. So, well, welcome, guys. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we just need you to read that story.
All right. So
that story is from a submission on Reddit.
It was Mike told me it was posted on a college campus. So it was a kind of a PSA to women. So I'll read it. Why women can't find a nice guy? It's easy, they're bitches and sorts, and they only love Chad. Want full disclosure from a guy's view? Okay, here it is. You're not looking for him. Worse, you're actively ignoring him. This guy's spitting. Yeah. Dismissing him at a glance, often with a dirty look. Nice guys aren't like the sports cars, perfect thread, and body jock cocky douches you pursue. You want a nice guy, but you demand that he has a perfect body, a perfect face, perfect features, with a personality designed for you. You expect him to have a great job and drive a nice car. You expect perfection. You refuse to be the rock that becomes the foundation for the formation of such a man. I'm going to pause right here. I almost cried reading that. That is so true. You bitches only look for the jawlines. Well, if you would merely give me the morsel of pussy, then I could then become... Chad. I'll get a good job and then, start working out because I have all the money. So you demand a finished product. You forget we are human. A person betters themselves through caring, critique, and loving guidance from peers, not dirty looks and insults. You're one of the model types caked in makeup. Chances are your default treatment of others is the latter. This is because no one ever insulted you, or even if when you were insulting others, it made people laugh and it made you feel accepted and good about yourself. So true. God. At the same time, you created the opposite influence in that person's life, ultimately destroying them. I'm a nice guy with potential for greatness. I don't flaunt it. I'm not cocky, flashy, or arrogant. Maybe a bit angry at a vain society, but overall, I'm a teddy bear, harmless, shy, but nice. I see it every day. Perfect-looking guys either trying to get laid, running shirtless to get attention, or obnoxiously in the most arrogant manner, driving a brand new sports car that their mommy and daddy bought them. Here's why those guys are almost always jerks. They like the most flawless girls. They too made it through adolescence unscathed by destroying others' self-esteem. They've never been rejected and are desired by all. They have no idea what it feels like to feel gross or ugly, to be wearing their every flaw, to even have flaws. This gives them an inflated ego, and they feel the need to exert their delusion of dominance on others. One such guy would angrily tear this down to prevent any girl from catching wind of one's true nature. I see this every day, the vainest and most beautiful accepting each other and only each other. Those with flaws are simply cast aside from all that makes life worthwhile. Now, before you point out the obvious is that what about the girls that are like, flawed? That's because they're nasty and fat, and I need a supermodel, purest supermodels, okay? So that's why I think that. A cute girl walks by a nice guy, she immediately looks away at her phone or at him with a look that says, "Don't you dare think you're worthy of me." Then she might be like, "Why can't I meet a nice guy?" Exactly. A nice guy, from experience in adolescence, is too smart to approach a girl he perceives to be out of his league. He knows it'll end with him being hurt or her being very angry for him mustering the audacity. Women are equal, so why doesn't a girl try approaching a guy for a change? I think I'd crap a brick if a girl ever approached me and expressed interest. Would I be mean? Hell no. I'd be fighting the urge to wrap her in a bear hug, and I'd be so grateful.
So this is a pretty solid guy in your opinion, right?
Absolutely. This is I definitely didn't post this on a college campus. You have no idea how hard you make it on nice guys to come anywhere near talking to you. You always give off an aura of hate or malice. It keeps us away. Jerks will always approach you because they have been stripped of their pride, because they haven't been stripped of their pride and self-esteem. So they know they can get what they want, even if it's just for one night. So you want a nice guy? Change. Be nice. Be approachable.
So is that just like the super hot chicks?
Yes. See, here's the thing though, because a flawed woman will have sex with a bunch of guys because then she doesn't want to feel flawed anymore. So,
but you don't think the really attractive ones are probably having sex with a bunch of guys too?
That's because they're whores and they won't have sex with me.
Oh.
So, would I take a beautiful supermodel if she had sex with a bunch of guys? So, yeah, because she deserves a nice guy experience. So if there's any beautiful supermodels out there that want a nice guy, I'm just saying I'm available. So
where can they find you?
They can find me at any card shop in High Point, North Carolina.
Okay.
So, is there any questions you want to ask me?
I heard you were going to be doing a segment on the Patreon that Mike and Dylan run.
Right. So guys, especially the flawed, who have had to live their lives with people calling them fat.
You mean wrongfully flawed?
Wrongfully. Right? No. We do have flaws, but that's the beauty of it. That people will say, "Hey, you are obese." Okay. "Hey, I don't think you've taken a shower in 2 months." Okay. Got a little bit of an odor on you. "Hey, why are you harassing that girl and grabbing her breasts?" Like, people will say these things to you. And if you not lived that experience, then you don't have the advice that the real people need.
So you're going to help other nice gentlemen like yourself.
White.
You're going to help them
white
find love.
Correct.
Okay.
That's pretty much how it's going to be.
And how do you say your full name again?
Gabriel?
Gabriel?
No. Gabriel.
Gabriel.
I feel like you're making fun of me.
No.
I'm saying
you say it one more time.
Gabriel.
Oh, Gabriel.
There we go. Yes. Exactly, Gabriel. All right, guys. Well, this has been, I'm going to go get Mike now. So, Dylan, you look. I kind of don't like you. You got tattoos like you're trying to be a Chad right now. I get it. All right. It's kind of off-putting, but I fuck with Mike because Mike looks like a guy that does not give a fuck about his appearance, obviously.
All right. Well, you go get Mike.
I will.
So, I don't know how you guys, what you thought about the having Gabriel on. Mike met him at a local cards shop and thought that he would be a good addition to help a certain segment of our population to be better weebs and to try to attract the beautifully non-flawed what did he say? I think he called him Cake Face.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I started playing his Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
And shit was slow as shit.
Did he have some good action going on there?
I mean, games are games, I can find beauty in any of that stuff. Yeah, I saw him in a card shop. Unfortunately, he didn't bring his body pillow today. Maybe one day he'll bring his body pillow.
What's a body pillow? Like what?
It's I
only know the ones that fit.
It's a waifu pillow. So it's like a picture of a woman, and I don't know why, but the back of it where the ass would be has a hole in it and is brown, crazily enough.
That's where he hides his fleshlight.
Might not. He might just go straight cotton. I don't know. We'd have to ask JD Vance how that works.
Is it better with cotton or polyester?
Right. What kind of, do I need a leather couch or will a fabric one do? And he's like, really? Leather. The fabric's just going to give you carpet burn.
So how does this go? Since I read one and then Gabriel read one, now is it Mike's turn?
No, it's your turn again.
It's my turn again?
Yeah, it's your turn again. Sorry.
So this one's off of True Off My Chest. My dad completely cut me out of his life once he found out I biologically wasn't his, like I never meant anything to him, and it still hurts.
So I also think, too, guys, let us know what you think about old Gabriel being on, if you want to see him again, because we might not bring him on again.
Well, he'll definitely be on Thursday's episode.
Right. And then we'll start getting feedback, and we'll know to adapt if necessary. If you guys just thought Gabriel was a little bit too much, he's very strongly opinionated.
And if you really, really don't like him, then that means that we have to double down and bring him on every podcast.
Oh yeah, if you're like, hey, I'm like making fun of a wobble is.
We're not making fun of
Well, will we? Like, I'm gonna go stupid with it.
So what do you think about this? Dad finds out biologically not his kid, dips out.
That's tough. I mean, I understand that you're going to have resentment towards the mother, but you should never have resentment towards the child. And also, I don't know how you don't. Like, if I found out none of my children were mine, they're my children.
Well, and they get to make that choice, not you, not mom, not anybody else. Like, they get to make that choice. If they still want to fuck with you and like be.
What? That's no kid is just going to be like.
But that's what I'm getting at, though. Like, if you find out that that's not your dad, it would never go that way, but that's their choice as a kid. And so like my thing is like, you can't force yourself to be their dad if just to give you more context, he's 15 at the time. So if like dad was the disciplinarian and he's like, fuck you, dad, get out of here, then sure.
Right.
Dip out. But for you to preemptively be like, that's not my kid.
I get what you're saying. Cause if my dad right now was just like, I'm still your dad, I'd be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. It's my choice. Okay. Look,
you let the kid decide because ultimately
worded that beautifully, and I now understand better because of how you worded it. So look at Dylan, guys. Look at Dylan.
Don't look at me.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at me. Fucking look at him.
All right. So 5 years ago, when I was 15, my parents got divorced. Dad found out she has been basically cheating on him their entire relationship, and he demanded a DNA test for all of us. I was the oldest of 4 siblings, and everyone except me was his biological child. And just like that, he cut me completely out. Not even a proper goodbye. He just disappeared from my life. Your dad's kind of a shit.
Yeah, I could kind of see why mom was not fucking with you.
Before this, my entire life, he was my best friend, and he's still the only father figure I've had in my life. My bio dad passed away before I was even born. Dad is still the same exact dad he was to me, to my little siblings, but he refuses to even just have a casual relationship with me now, like he didn't raise me as his oldest son for 15 damn years.
Damn, mom just got caught. She's had a Rolodex of dudes inside of that Kit Kat. Damn.
That's so wild. Like, and the wild thing is, too, is like his biological dad. I don't know how the fuck they know who the fuck he is in this story.
But I guess mom was just like, you know what? I'm going to come clean. And so I'm not the asshole anymore. Everybody else is.
I get it. It must have been hard for him to find out the truth because it's the hardest thing I've ever been through, too. Like, dad wasn't really my dad, but how fucking heartless do you have to be to just throw me away like worthless shit because I didn't come from your ball sack? Honestly, right now, I rest both him and my mom. Right now, I rest both him and my mom, and honestly, even my siblings too. I don't know what that means.
Nah, I don't know.
It's a weird statement.
That was it?
Yeah.
What a weird statement to end on. I wonder if he meant like he killed him. Yeah. Like I rested them all.
Rest in peace, bitches.
Yeah, fuck y'all. Y'all are dying. That's a tough situation though.
Not as the dad. Like, I'm sorry if I thought this whole time it'd be different if like she was banging some dude and he's around in the circle and like, but even still, the kid has like that's the part that I don't get about people is like the kid has nothing to do with any of this shit. If you thought that was your kid, you've raised him like it was your kid, and then you find out he's still your fucking kid.
Right.
He has never had another dad. Like it's not like somebody has been on the out. No, you're his dad. So for his sake, be like, hey man, what do you need from me? Like I'm still here.
The only difference he can't donate you a kidney. And that's it.
Yeah.
And you like, I don't know. I mean, it's rough for the kid. The dad, obviously, he's hurt through the relationship. Probably not good at working through his feelings. Doesn't know where to fucking place blame at. I don't know how long this has been going on. I would say probably give it a little bit of time. Dad's gonna come around.
Well, he said 5 years it's been.
God damn, yeah. So never mind. Yeah, he ain't coming around. And he was just like, fuck that. He was like, fuck you.
Well, now you're 20, and so now you just go beat up
It's your mom's fault that you was whoring around. I wasn't even born.
But now you go beat him up.
Fuck, that
You're
dude
20.
went that long with her cheating and just found out.
I just don't get it. Like, there's no way that you could. I would be pissed if somebody tried to take me out of that kid's life. I've been here for 15 years being dad, and now you're going to tell me, well, now it comes out that I'm not his dad, but like I am his dad. I paid for all this shit. I took him to all the games. I cared for him like he was my kid because he was my kid. And so he still is my kid.
If my wife came up to me and was like, this child, one of your children is not yours, maybe sans Theo. Look, he's nonverbal autistic. He's the toughest of all of them. But if she came and said, any of your kids are not yours, and this person's going to be a dad to your kid now and not you, like 2 days later, I would be like, well, since he's been missing for 2 days, can we, like, I'm going to just continue to be a dad to my child. And fuck you also. Fuck you.
Yeah. There's no way that somebody else could force me out of that. Like, it's just not happening. Yeah, no, I thought those dad stories would be fitting.
Why? Because I ain't got one?
No, you got 3.
So many. Yeah, so many. And we have not even gotten to.
You have a bio dad, you have a birth certificate dad, and then you have a stepdad.
And we have still not gotten into potentially the worst part. I've never talked about that. I think I've told you about it, right? I'm not going to insinuate anything.
Just move forward.
I'm going to write it down on this piece of paper. No, because like this is like for the. Don't read what's on this. Do you see what I'm writing?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about this?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
No.
I feel like I have. But yeah, that's a story for a later day. And just because I'm okay telling the story, but it's a very tragic circumstance around every other single part of it. So it's a rough story. It's not like obviously one day when I tell it, it will be in a funny way. I need to write a fucking book. Should I just do it? Should I just do like a little autobiography?
You know, the thing moves closer to you too, so you can
I got
bring
it.
it back in.
Bring it right in here. What do you guys think? Should I just do like a little autobiography, air it out, be a New York Times bestseller? It would be literally Joe Dirt though. It would be a Joe Dirt-esque book.
Jerry Springer book form.
Jesus Christ, it is so much. And look, I'm here now. I'm here on a podcast, living the dream. So don't let anybody tell you that your past, unless you're a pedophile, can stop you from doing the things you love, which honestly, being a pedophile still doesn't stop people.
No, there's plenty of very famous and rich and wealthy and influential
Just
people.
zero repercussions.
No repercussions.
None at all. We just kind of glossed over it too. Just kind of left it all.
I got respect for the people that are changing some views at this point in time. But
yeah, I do respect that. I hate people that are just like, well, I heard this person's on the list. And I'm like, well, we do have lists and we have documents of people that are already on it. And you're sitting here supporting one of the guys that's like on there. And then you're telling me hearsay about someone that.
The best breakdown was the goat fucking one.
Right.
It's like if you hung out with a goat fucker and you've talked about, possibly fucking goats, you would. And then like you also have like been around a bunch of people that fuck goats and blah 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 blah.
You started a pageant for goats, and then you openly talked about you know watching them goats being. Oh, and then look, we're not being political. We're talking about goats right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, calm the fuck down.
Just about a goat fucker.
I swear to God, I don't know what it is. When did it's always these political flips too, where people like flip their view on policies with like the pharmaceutical industry, and you know back in the day, you know,
Is the crunchy left that
yeah
was completely anti big pharma and all that stuff, and then COVID switched it,
and then and it flips, and it's so I don't know, it's just so weird.
And if we could all just come together to say that goat fucking is wrong, and no matter who fucks goats, they're in the wrong,
and we banish them to a pyre, to an area of pyres that we light them on fire.
Even if it's your favorite person and they turn out to be a goat fucker, you just.
But I'm talking the whole snowflake thing flip now too, where. I mean,
well, they still try to claim it, but yeah, they're literally the ones
like
melting down.
Take jokes, and then I bring up, you know, anything about goddamn a guy at a fucking public event. This could be anybody that I'm talking about that gets shot in the neck. You make a joke about that guy, fuck, lose their goddamn minds. And I'm just like, bro, jokes are jokes. Like, they're jokes.
Yeah. See, I don't like the joking about like people actually dying. Like that's the part where I like, and that's my empathetic, like human nature. Just, I don't think that really in those moments it is funny. And it's not that like I melt down because, oh, it's my favorite personality. No, I don't give a fuck who it is. They get off.
Can you tell a joke in a funny way? That's my thing. Can you tell it in a funny way where it's just not, you're just being a dickhead?
Well, yeah. But that's part of it though, is the hypocrisy. Like if I had a guy that I worked with, and might have told this story, but I was talking about why the flags were at half staff. It was because George H.W. Bush died or whatever. And he's like, well, why do we fly the flags at half staff? I was like, whenever a president dies, like it's a, you know, respect thing to show that the country is in mourning. And he's like, we ain't going to do that when Obama dies. And I was like, what did he do to you? Like, where did he touch you that like, he's the president of the United States, and these are the people that are, you know, in this same day and age. It's like, you need to respect the president because he's the president. Well, yeah, but like, just give us, just before when Biden was here, and I didn't like him as a president, but he was the president, and now you're all about respect the office and blah, blah, blah. But when it's not your guy, your team, you guys all fucking lose your mind. But every single time it flips, you guys change. And like, that's my part, is the hypocrisy of it. Like you know, when Trump dies, flags at half staff, I have no problem with that. Like, I do not like the guy. I don't respect him. I think he is kind of a bad example of a human, period. Whether he's the president or just, you know, in charge of a reality TV show. Don't think he's a good person. But I'm not going to get bent out of shape when the flags are at half staff. But you are saying that when Obama dies, just happenstance, he's the only black president that we've had. But you're going to be like, no,
well, he wasn't born here. Like, yeah, he has a birth certificate that says he was born. Yeah. But we have, there's evidence out there that says he was not born here. And it's like, well, I got evidence that says he's, you know, this pedophile is a child, but that's fake.
Yeah, that stuff's made up.
Just like the real birth certificate you showed, that's fake. And it's so funny. We live in a day and age where if something doesn't agree with your political alignment, you're just like, it's fake. That's not a real thing. What a fuck time to be alive, man. It really is, man. Nazis versus werewolves. Like it is. And it's crazy that I gotta, you know, be sitting here and just be like, look, I guess I'm team werewolf right now. Oh,
so what you got over there in the next stack of the pile?
Oh, which one do I want to do? Dylan said no, because you said that we were comparing, because Dylan was like, let's see who has the better stories. And I'm just like, fuck, well, I wasn't printing them off to be like that. I was printing them off to have deep intellectual conversations.
Is that what you do?
Look, I'll read it from top. Okay. God,
I have no idea which ones are in which order here.
I, 29 female, keep finding long hairs in my bathroom, which is strange because my husband, 32 male, is bald, and I have a short pixie crop hairstyle. Bro. Now, I specifically picked out this story because I don't believe it. All right? I think this wife heard the first fucking excuse and ran with it. And you tell me what you think. This started a few weeks ago. While cleaning the bathroom, I found a number of long strands over my bathroom wall by the shower. This struck me as very odd because not only does my husband not have hair, also wear a very cropped short hairstyle, so it's impossible for the strands I found to be that long. Confused, I washed them away but couldn't stop thinking about it. I decided not to mention it but kept looking out for them. There seems to be a pattern that there's hair appearing when I'm either at work or out for a long period of time. I feel like I'm going crazy, and I feel like I shouldn't just immediately jump to my husband is cheating on me with a longer-haired woman. I asked my husband about it, and he just shrugged, which makes me more paranoid surely this is something that's strange, so why is he so blasé about it? I'm starting to think he's playing it down to stop me from finding out the truth. It happened again 2 days ago, and I asked my husband again. He dismissed it, but this time he admitted it's strange, but told me the only explanation is that it must be my hairs. They are not, and after saying so, now he'll just ignore me if I bring it up. I don't want to assume my husband is cheating on me and accuse him of such over something so ridiculous, but I'm driving myself into the ground trying to work out how the hairs have got there without my husband dismissing it as nothing.
With today's technology and the ability to just like put up a hidden camera somewhere, why, like, okay, you found them, you've decided that it's probably cheating, just like lock it in. Just get a picture frame that has a fucking camera in it and set it up pointing towards the bathroom and fucking find out for sure without harassing your husband again and again. Because like if you really think he's cheating, you should catch him. And then if you find out that nobody's been in that fucking bathroom and then you find the hair, it's something crazy going on. Who knows what it is?
Grudge.
Yeah, it's the grudge just climbing out of the fucking drain and some of the hairs get left behind.
Update. I ultimately decided against getting a secret camera set up because, ironically enough, I didn't want to betray my partner's trust. Though, part of me wanted to get one to squash any worries of someone living in my walls, as per some commenters said.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, people have lived in attics and just, that's so creepy.
That's terrifying. I did, though, plan to leave work early, which is something I've never done before. My boss allowed me to leave after half a day. Upon returning home, nothing seemed amiss. I was expecting another car in the driveway parked outside. There was no other car I didn't recognize. Quietly letting myself in, I was immediately confused. In the hallway, there were a pair of shoes I didn't recognize, and not only that, they looked like men's shoes. Standing in the hallway trying to work out what to do, if I should sneak around or make my presence known, before I could decide, my husband walked out of the kitchen with 2 cups of tea. By my husband's face, it was obvious he was surprised to see me. Playing along with the naivety, I asked my husband how could he have known I was coming home early to make extra tea. Expecting my husband to lie, he surprised me by sitting me down and explaining everything. At the beginning of lockdown, his friend, someone I'm not at all close with, because we only met once, was evicted, lost his job, and had been couch surfing. So for some days over the past couple of weeks, this guy has been traveling to our house, and with the acceptance of my husband, using our bathroom to freshen up to attend interviews. He was also borrowing shirts and suits from my husband. As it turns out, my husband's friend has long hair and a beard. So it turns out my husband isn't cheating on me, but was hiding the fact that his long-haired friend was coming over to use our shower. After his shower, I ended up meeting Dave, and he turned out to be a very nice bloke, just down on his luck. I wished him the best before his socially distant interview, and he went on his way. I asked my husband, why didn't he just tell me, as I wouldn't have had a problem with it? Turns out he was worried about my reaction and me not liking his friend or approving of the situation. He also told me Dave was very embarrassed about the whole situation and didn't want people to know what he was having to do. I told my husband I was starting to believe he was cheating on me, and he was shocked, having not even considered those implications while attempting to cover up for his friend. Didn't even attempt it when you were bringing up long hairs. Didn't even think of that. Didn't even cross his mind. I told him this whole thing was ridiculous and even suggested his friend live with us until he's back on his feet.
Oh, Jesus.
Funnily enough, my worst case scenario, which was mentioned in the replies, was either a homeless man or a woman living in my walls and sneakily using the shower. And though this seems to be half the case, I'm glad it wasn't a stranger as such, that it wasn't unwelcome, and that someone wasn't living in my walls. Thank you for everyone that commented and took an interest in this.
Tell me there's another update.
Nope.
Come the fuck on. They're fucking.
100%. If he sees the long hairs, he knows that you think he's cheating on you.
Yes. And so to get out of that, immediately he says, buddy comes over to take a shower.
Yeah, my friend comes over, takes a shower. No biggie.
And I happen to think that penises are the most perfectly shaped object.
I read that and I was like, this man is gay. Like he is having sex with a man. And then You invited the wolf into your home. Like he's like, well, you want him to, yeah. And you know what?
Can you sleep in bed with us too?
Right, yes. And can you sleep on the couch?
I'll be middle spoon.
Yeah, to not make it weird, to be very inviting, he should sleep in the bed with me. You should sleep on the couch so he doesn't feel uncomfortable. And we're just going to lock the door. So, Dave sleepwalks. And
we like to wrestle.
Yeah, we like to wrestle at 2 o'clock in the morning. Just, oh, God, fuck, you wrestle me so good. God.
Harder.
Oh, Dave, you're really pinning me down right now. Fuck. God, you're such a good friend.
So wild that, like, there has to be an update. Did you check for it? Like,
no, I haven't checked it. I don't even think I put their username in that, though.
There's no fucking way that, like, she's that oblivious.
I will check, okay? I will check on
6 months later. My husband turned gay after getting a roommate.
He didn't turn gay. He was always gay and too worried to live his life. Found long hair in shower. Reddit. Brink.
You said you got those off of Bathtub Reddit?
Mm-hmm.
Feel like they would have had.
Yeah, they would have updated it if she ever updated it. But
I mean, it's so weird though, like that you come home, catch him, and like, I'm sorry, at that point, then you get the fucking hidden camera. Like, I would have gotten the hidden camera before I did the come home early thing, because you have to chance that there's possibly somebody.
Her account has been deleted. The
Yeah.
woman who posted it.
All the good ones are like, they get banned or deleted. And I don't know whether it's because they're fake or whatever, but they tell a good story.
They do. They tell a premium fucking story. And look, we're going to judge it as if it was real.
Yeah.
That's it. We're just going to be like, look, we believe in our heart of hearts this is real. So,
all right, I got an Am I the Asshole for us.
Nice.
Am I the asshole for understanding and not freezing out my dad for leaving our mom over a dead bedroom?
Let's get into the story.
It sucks that you have to like...
I'm 50-50. Like, every time we get a story that's open about this, I'm going to be like, look, did they go down? And it's like, they did go down and she was really cheating. And then everything I say beforehand, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to listen to the story and I'm going to be right.
Those are people's favorite parts. This is a weird post to make because honestly, it's weird to know such details about my parents, but such is life, so here it goes. My 27 male.
And your mama had that sloppy boy. Like, back in the day, that's why I married her, because she had that thing had a suction to it, and she just don't give it to me no more.
My 27 male parents have recently announced they're in divorce proceedings. I was a surprise, quote unquote, so they are still pretty young, both in their late 40s. I have a younger sister who is 24 and recently married and freaking out. Apparently, my dad is leaving my mom because for the last 3 years, they basically never had sex. She would have no interest, and I guess it went from once every couple months to in the last year, she straight up told him she's not interested in sex anymore. Okay, done. Like, I mean, if your dad's interested in sex, she's not. Either she has to open it up and say, you can bang whoever the fuck you want, or
sign, seal, to live with. Yep.
He asked for an open marriage, and she took that as a sign he would cheat and filed for divorce. No, he asked, if you aren't going to do it, can I get somebody else to?
Mom's got to be fucking somebody. Because here's the thing, too. Women who are like, they just do not have a sex drive are normally like, if they're an understanding person, they'll be like, well, the partner wants to have sex. So if she was like, I love him, I want to be with him, I don't want to have sex anymore, he does deserve to have sex, I feel like that woman would just be like, okay, it's fine. You don't have to be fucking celibate.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's fucking somebody else. It has to be. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like if she was fucking somebody else, she would still...
Fuck him, yeah.
Yeah, like there would be some sex. Like if she's totally written sex off, it is wrong to expect him to also follow that. It's like if you become vegan, your wife doesn't have to be vegan. Like you can be an asshole and tell her why she's going to die because she eats meat, even though you're most likely going to outlive the vegan. But like you don't have to do exactly the same things. But like with sex, that is the one thing that you guys can't do without your partner. Like
right.
You have to. And so if you're not going to do it, you can't expect him to just all of a sudden be like, oh, I give up sex for the next 30, 40 years. No. All right. It sucks, but I get it from both sides. I'm not really trying to get in the middle of it, to be honest. I've always gotten along fine with both of them, but my dad and I have always been super close. Just way more in common and the more involved parent growing up. So while it sucks they're split, I just want to continue to have a separate relationship with both of them. My sister has taken a different approach and hates my dad right now. She thinks he's being a total asshole and
He didn't file for divorce.
She thinks he's being a total asshole and just saying a lot of mean things about him. I'm trying to stay out of that and just let her heal how she needs to. I recently had my dad over for a dinner with my wife and our 2 kids. He's doing well and has already started dating someone, and I'm honestly happy for him. He's still young, and I don't think he should have to be alone forever since it didn't work out with him and my mom. I guess my dad posted to his story a picture of him with his grandkids to Facebook, so my sister and my mom saw it and are mad at me for still being so tight with him. He's your fucking dad.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like, no. Like, even if he did cheat and everything like that, you are full-grown adults, and he's still their grandfather. Like, he would have to absolutely be the worst fucking human in the world to be like, oh, you can't see your grandkids anymore.
Right.
Like, why cut your kids having a relationship with him? Like, even if he cheated, like, I mean, that's, like, you can be upset for your mom, but he didn't cheat on, like, you and the kid. Like, you can... I don't understand people's thought process there. My sister is calling him a cheater and saying I'm taking the cheater's side, and my mom is saying similar stuff. I feel like I'm just being an adult about the situation, though. I don't know. Am I really in the wrong here? My wife says she can see where my sister is coming from, but thinks I'm being more logical about it. Wanted to get some neutral perspectives. It's just wild that people would be like, oh, you know, your mom's not fucking your dad, and he asked for an open marriage, and then she filed for divorce, and now he's the problem.
That's the craziest part, is that she's like, I do not ever want to have sex with you again. And he's like, well, I want to have sex, so can we like not open this up? She's divorced. It's over. Done, because I know you will cheat, so divorced. I don't know. It kind of feels like mom was looking for a way out.
Yeah. None of it computes in the dad being the problem.
Right.
Like, he did the right thing. He asked. She said no.
But goddamn, babe, it's just a question.
And then she filed for divorce. So she left your dad, and now your dad's a fucking free agent. And he's like, oh, I couldn't have sex before because my wife did not want to do it. And this isn't the olden days, and we're not super religious, so I can't just force her to do it. So now we're moving over to this part where I'm free and I can just go fuck some random middle-aged woman.
Right.
Good on you, Dad. I'm happy for him.
What a strange situation that is.
You're a good son too.
Yeah, you're a good son. I mean, the daughter's probably a good daughter. She's just fucking hurt over her whole life is pretty much changing. So.
Oh, I don't think I saved that one. I need to go look for one that I saw for another episode.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Was like really good. Let me see the ones you got, because our next episode is a viewer submitted episode. So
yeah, we're only at 1:07.
Yeah,
man.
I'm trying to see what kind of shit you got in here.
Oh yeah, trying to check the competition.
Yeah, because you got some bangers. So oh yeah, there we go.
Are you stealing?
Yeah, I am.
What? We didn't agree to make trades in this thing.
And it is the time I fucked up by explaining my mom's job very, very wrong to my boyfriend's family.
That one is a good one.
Yeah. So sorry. Thought it was
trying to steal two.
Well, I got some like gargantuans. So next time I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to go to best of Redditor update, because I'm just going to.
Some of them are good. And
I'm just going to do the best stories. Yeah, I like the thematic days were fun, but when I go thematic, then I'm kind of getting subpar stories. I just want to cover the best stories in Reddit.
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow.
When Gabriel comes back.
Yeah, Gabriel, they're going to go over text thread, because I've wanted to find out a way to implement the nice guy subreddit really into, and it's just a lot of text messages.
Not tomorrow, but Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, whatever. Shut up.
We used to do them every day.
Yeah.
And Mike's like, oh no, too much.
But we have a.
You like how you pinned that on me too?
What?
You're like, because it's so much work on Dylan.
What are you talking about?
When we cut from 4 to 2.
Well, you said, yeah, it was a lot of work. So I was just like, hey, we're going to back off the work on Dylan. So time I fucked up by explaining my mom's job very, very wrong to my boyfriend's family.
Have you read this one before?
I have not. I am Brazilian, and this happened in 2013. So once again, another thing that says, time I fucked up, not today I fucked up. I had been living in Ireland for about 2 years. My English was not good enough for everyday conversations, but my English was good enough for everyday conversations, but my vocabulary was limited. This detail is important. This was my very first time I met my then boyfriend's parents. It was Sunday. It was a Sunday lunch at his parents' house, nothing formal, but it still felt like a big moment. I don't know if you're in Ireland. I just feel like they take religion real seriously.
Is that what it says? It's a religious moment?
No, it's just a Sunday lunch
Oh,
at his parents' house. What the fuck? Why did I read that as religious?
I don't know.
It was Sunday lunch at his parents' house, nothing formal, but it still felt like a big, I don't know. I just pulled that out of nothing. I saw Sunday and our indoctrination. I'm just like, fuck. All right. We had only just started dating, and I remember being extra careful, trying to be polite, charming, and generally not say anything stupid. I didn't really know what kind of family they were yet, and even though I never personally experienced prejudice in Ireland for being Brazilian, I had friends who had, so I was very aware that this lunch could go badly. The mom's just sitting there the whole time like, why would you start dating a Brazilian woman? And the dad's just like, they make them like that? Fuck. Because I'm sorry, but when I think of you're
fetishizing the Brazilian women right now.
Have you seen Brazilian women?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. My apologies. I'll read, learn, and kill myself, but I don't know why every single one of y'all got to have a gigantic butt and just, I don't know, look for now. I don't know. Sorry, Hispanic people. We were all sitting around the table eating and chatting when
I don't think
Brazilian. Yeah, nope. I started reading. Stop it. I started reading and then I went back. Okay. Fuck. Am I going to sound racist? I am going to sound racist. I am going to sound racist.
You are racist. So just let it go.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be me. Okay. I'm gonna be me. Okay. I'm gonna be myself. It just feels like that whole area. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about anything but white people? Because I think that's what you're trying to do.
That's my racism happening right now, guys. And I will read, learn. Okay. I'll study geographically. I'm so glad I caught it too. I was like, well, okay.
I was waiting to get it, but it clicked.
Right. But y'all can see why my racist brain clicked on that, okay?
It's anything south of the southern border of the United States, Mike thinks they're Hispanic.
Correct. If you just draw a line through half of Texas, okay, and then you go downward.
Hispanic.
There you go.
All the way down to
That's how
Antarctica.
my brain thinks. That's how my brain thinks. We were all sitting around the table eating and chatting when the friendly and expected interrogation started. Where I was from, how long I'd been in Ireland, how many siblings I had, all the normal, easy stuff. I was starting to relax and feel like I was doing fine. Then someone asked, what does your mom do for a living? My mom is an artisan. She does crafts, scrapbooking, painting, handmade things. In Portuguese, you'd casually explain this by saying she works with her hands. My brain latched onto that phrase in Portuguese, did a terrible split second translation. And before I could stop myself, I said very calmly, oh, she does hand jobs. The reaction was immediate. My father-in-law and brother-in-law burst out laughing. Damn, they're married at this point. So obviously nothing got fucked up too bad. Not confused laughter, not delayed laughter, instant, uncontrollable laughter. My boyfriend laughed too, torn between laughing and trying to keep a straight face. At the same moment they started laughing, I realized what I just said. My brain finally caught up and went, you just told him your mom gives hand jobs for a living. I was mortified. I wanted to cry right then and there at the table. My face was burning and my English completely disappeared. Which is crazy too, because how you learning English in Ireland?
You learn it with a...
Well, no, okay, they're not in Scotland. Look at that, me being racist again. I just combined...
Now against white people, now that's offensive.
God bless America. And you know what? Offensive. Black people are safe because it's Black History Month, so...
You're not black.
Huh?
You're not black, so you're not safe.
No.
You're saying that you're not going to be racist.
Yes, I'm not going to bring up black people during Black History Month.
Oh.
Out of respect. God. My boyfriend tried to break the laughter and silence and said something like, she means her mom is an artisan. She works with crafts, scrapbooks, painting. The mother-in-law and sister-in-law immediately jumped in as well and shut it down, saying it was obvious what I meant and that it wasn't funny and to stop. I'm sorry. I'm going to laugh.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I am going to laugh. I appreciate them more than I can properly explain. Lunch continued. I survived barely. Fast forward 11 years of marriage and 12 years of knowing them. I love them dearly. And yes, this story has now become part of our family Christmas tradition. Every Christmas at some point, someone brings up the hand job incident. I can laugh about it now, but that first Sunday sitting at the table, I was convinced that I just completely embarrassed myself beyond recovery. Glad I didn't. There's one last part to this story. I never told my mom. She absolutely adores my husband's family, even though they don't speak the same language at all. And I know if she heard this story, she'd be mortified. So for now, the story lives with us, Reddit, and the Christmas table, but not with her. That's a great story. Sorry, Hispanic people and Brazilian people. Okay, I'm so sorry. God.
It's hilarious though. Like such a innocuous slip up, but once you throw it through the translator, it's like, this is highly sexual and this is completely benign.
See, that's what happened with my thing too, because translations, and you know what I'm saying? No one's worse at English than Americans. So you can see how I made this mistake.
All right, let me pick a good one since you're picking them. All right, this one's a good one.
Pick a great one that's going to make people forget.
All right, so am I the asshole for not getting tested?
In what?
That's a good question, because when you think tested, most of the time it's like STDs or something.
What is it, autism?
Mm-mm. So my name is Alina, 19 female, and I'm in a bit of a pickle. My aunt Rena, so Alina and Rena, 44 female, has been an alcoholic since she was in high school, and it's finally started catching up with her. We found out a few weeks ago that her liver is failing. She's on a donor list, but her best option is a living family donor. My other aunts, uncles, and cousins have all been tested, and no one is a match. She had my dad talk to me about getting tested, and he understood it was a big ask and that the surgery would be easy, and after a few weeks, I'd be fine to go back to work and school.
How old is the aunt?
44.
You've lived your life.
And you were an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Your liver's dying because
of your choices. It's not like, oh my God, they got hepatitis from serving in a war. Then I got to give you a piece of my liver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, you only got one of those.
Yeah, they just take a piece of it.
And it's very vital, ain't it?
Yeah, but you can donate some of it.
That's so crazy how much humans can go. It's like kidney, fucking take one out. We'll give you somebody else's kidney. It's crazy what humans can go through without dying.
Yeah, like appendix, gallbladder, and just take those completely out.
Let's fucking get them out of here. We'll just pull it out, and then, you know what I'm saying? We're almost at the point where, someone can have a heart attack. Just put a pig heart in them. Fucking throw that pig heart in there.
All right, so my dad doesn't know much about medicine, but I work in a hospital at a memory care unit. On my next shift, I walked to the surgical ward and asked one of the doctors what actually went into a liver transplant. He said that I wasn't necessarily a match, but if I was and agreed, it would be an incredibly dangerous procedure. The liver is highly vascularized, so the chance of bleeding out is high.
Fuck.
I would be bedridden and unable to work or go to class for nearly 2 months, and that would be if everything went according to plan. I can't be out of work or class for that long, and my aunt doesn't have the money to pay my rent or bills while I'm recovering. The doctor told me if I wasn't comfortable even getting tested, I could simply tell her I wasn't a match. It's what I decided to go with. I don't hate my aunt, but I can't do this. So I know if I was a match, I would be the best option for her because I'm young and healthy.
Oh my God. Keep going. I'm sorry. I thought of something in my brain. I'm so sorry.
Because I am young and healthy, but I can't do this. I know I'm being practical, but I feel like I'm betraying my family at the same time. So I need to hear from people who don't know us if I am the asshole or not for not getting tested to see if I was a match.
So along the lines of, this alcoholic lady destroyed her liver and now needs a new one, okay? Imagine your son dies doing something heroic, okay? 9/11. We'll say 9/11, he went in there and saved a bunch of people. He died, okay? And they donated his organs. And you're like, they give you a list of who they donated it to. And like, one guy's just like a fucking pedophile. And you're just like, whoa, why? And he's like, well, he needed your son's heart. Like, and you gave it to that guy? I'd be so pissed.
Well, yeah, you didn't know he was a pedophile when you gave it to him.
What?
Like, they didn't know he was a pedophile when they gave it to him. He would have been in jail if he was a pedophile that was caught.
Right. I'd like to think there was at some point, like a doctor was just like, because they know they're in prison when they're in the medical whatever. And he's like, well, you need kidneys? And they're like, oh, we got some kidneys. And he finds out what the guy's in jail for. And he's just like, nah, those kidneys ain't a match.
So one of the funny things in the comments, I didn't put them on there, but people said that like you can go and get tested and just tell them that like you don't actually want to do it. And they will provide test results that say that you're not a match.
That's so dope. I love some of the things that the medical industry does and hate 99.9% of it because it's a money hungry, vicious machine that values treating over curing, but shit like that. The people that work inside of the people, not the owners, the people that work inside of the industry are just generally seem to be good people.
But one of the points that they brought up though was that like all the rest of the family that said they weren't a match, how many of them might have been a match, and they were just like, no, I ain't
doing
fucking
that
doing
shit.
it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting a surgery just because she needs this. Like, if somebody dies in a car accident and they can give up a liver, give it to her. But outside
Now, if
of
it's my
that,
child, take
Yeah.
half my liver, and then if that doesn't work, take the other half.
Yeah.
Right. John, like,
different,
yeah.
like completely different scenarios. But yeah, Aunt, who, I mean, obviously she didn't have kids or something because those would have been the first fucking matches. And like, I need a liver, not asking my fucking kids. Like, I will wait on a list, and if I make it, I make it. But I'm not. No, my kids
Nope.
aren't giving up part of their
Not a
life.
kidney, not a liver, not a nothing. I'm just gonna die, and
Yeah.
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
But there was another post on there. What was I thinking about? Where, oh yeah, so I saw this on social media somewhere about a woman was essayed, and the DNA, they had the DNA of who it was, and they ran the DNA through a database, and it found out that it was a guy who had been previously, like, his DNA was in the system, but he was in jail the whole time throughout like this sexual assault. And it's funny how I used the abbreviations and then just said it. But the crazy thing is that the DNA was an exact match, but he was in jail the whole time. Do you know how that works?
It had to be like a transplant or something like that.
So he had given bone marrow to somebody, and the bone marrow, I guess, is where like the DNA for the blood comes from. So he had donated bone marrow, and so this other guy was walking around making blood that matched, or whatever. Somehow it was in Alaska or something, but the police then knew the guy, could find the information, and so then they were able to like just pinpoint.
So he donated the bone marrow to that guy,
and so for that guy's whole life, he's been making his DNA, vice versa. So, like, if I donated you my bone marrow, your blood,
my body makes. I thought you meant he
Yeah.
had a lab and he was like, I'm making this DNA to leave at the crime scene.
No, he was like, so if I give you my bone marrow, my blood DNA technically is in you. And so if you were to do something, it would look like I did it. But like, luckily this guy was already in jail, couldn't have done it. And so they looked.
Now, what if because he gave him the bone marrow, that's what turned that guy into that? Like at first he wasn't a horrible rapist, but he got the bone marrow and then he was like, fuck, you know,
got the itch.
Yeah, he's just like, I got a hankering to rape today.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You don't think about that stuff.
Now we do.
A hookup led me to almost dying in an ER. Content warning, violent death. Oh, violence/death. A bit exaggerated, Dylan.
You just read whatever's on the paper. I feel like you're
Anchorman?
anchor 100%. Whenever I put on that paper, I can just get you to say it.
Yeah. Inward. God, they put that
This
a lot.
is a lot.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. Came out of nowhere. Thought this was a wholesome story. Monday night, decided to meet a guy for the first time, and all was well until we started doing the deed. I immediately realized his manhood was quite a bit larger than I've ever had before.
Never had anybody say that to me.
Right, yeah. I've never been like, can we change positions? This manhood is just too much. I've got a couple. Is that all? Like,
Are you in?
Yeah. Are we
Is it in there?
doing it right now? Are you sure you're not like between the bed and my butt cheeks? You got some more stored somewhere?
I wish we had a way to go back through like all the references and stuff, because there was that one, and we could be like, that was in episode 67.
We changed positions and he started going. Very shortly after, I felt some sort of pop and immense amount of pain. He realized immediately I was in pain and stopped, curled up into a ball, groaning in pain. Oh, I curled up into a ball, groaning in pain. I was like, that's why he realized it. I had laid there for like a minute until he realized there was blood. A lot of blood. He did his best to help, but it wasn't stopping. So he has popped a blood vessel inside of her vagina. I did this to my wife when she was pregnant, and we thought that she had an abruption. She had to be in the hospital for 2 weeks. I stayed with her the whole 2 weeks. I was still a shit while she was pregnant, but she said that was what gave her the idea that I could be something more than who I was. No, I'm uncomfortable in pain and just say, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to leave. We hugged. He apologized. I left. I drove home. And when I got home, I realized how severe the bleeding was. I bled through my pants onto my seat, and it was just a steady stream of blood coming out of me. I throw on a pad, period, underwear, sweatpants, and speed to the ER. Once again, I thought my 6-month pregnant girlfriend was going into, or wife at this point. Yeah, she got pregnant. I married her. Look, I thought we were losing the baby right here because we woke up. She went to the bathroom and she was like, babe, wake up. And I wake up and I'm like, oh man, she peed the bed. She turns on the light and it's just a pool of blood. And I'm like, oh my God. There was one point we were in the hospital and the doctor was looking at her and they pulled down this pad that she had on her and it was coming out like a river. And I was like, wow, well, my baby's about to die. So.
But yours wasn't sex induced.
Yes. It was sex induced. So, look, I was just like, yeah. It was jokingly. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just hit a wall or something. Something weird had happened. Once I got to the ER, I parked my car and got out. My legs were covered down to my ankles and my pants were soaked in blood. Thankfully, they got me into a room quickly and looked at numerous doctors. After a couple of hours of numerous doctors looking at me and quite significant blood loss, I was sent to the OR and received several stitches inside my lady bits. I had one major tear and several smaller ones. I still thinking about how I considered just waiting until the morning to go into urgent care. I probably would have died from blood loss. Thankfully, I'm alive and recovering. Edit. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect this to get so much attention. I didn't include every single detail to the story, but here's some more context. My injury was just hymenal and vaginal. The hymenal tear was the worst tear of them all. The reason I didn't take the bleeding seriously is because I didn't realize how severe it was until I took my clothes off and showered. I have bled previously during sex, so it's not unusual for me.
She has a medically tight vagina.
Medically tight, yeah. I drove myself to the hospital with a kidney stone before, and this pain was similar on the pain scale, so I don't know what else to say for that. I guess I'm just insanely tough. I drove myself to the hospital when I had my kidney stone. And what's so funny is I worked in High Point. I lived in Lexington. So I was like, I'm just going to go to Lexington so I could be home.
Thomasville.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's when, as soon as I thought that, the pain wrapped up and I was like, we are going to Thomasville because it's right here. And at one point I was driving, man, and I had my whole back arched because the pain was so fucking bad. And then I'm in there and I'm spinning around in the seat. I can't get fucking comfortable. It hurts so bad. The ER was real dope about it though, because I go in there and I'm in so much fucking pain. And there's an ER full of people and
just
Cookie Monster sweatpants and, fucking drug seekers and shit. And I'm just like, fuck. And I told the lady, I was like, I don't think there's a fucking way that I can wait. I'm dying right now. It hurts so fucking bad. And she was like, all right, we're going to take you back now. Because the guy who did the thing was because he came out and heard how I was, he was like, we're going to take him right now. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't fucking, he's like, where's the pain at? And he was like, oh, you're having a male baby. And I was like, what is that? And he was like, kidney stone. I want to say I would be a tough man in those situations, but then I'm in the hospital room because the pain hurts so bad that I'm fucking sitting there gagging and shit. Kidney stone. Immediately, I was just like, oh, I'm not drinking tea, soda anymore, all that shit. That's how bad it fucking hurt.
So you don't drink tea or soda anymore?
No, not now. I don't drink any calories now. I'm not drinking any calories for 2 weeks now.
Okay, for 2 weeks.
But even before then, still, I wasn't drinking a lot of soda.
You said you were drinking a gallon of tea a day.
Yeah, that's my fucking crux, man. Tea and milk. Soda's just it don't even taste that good, But fucking tea and milk, I don't know. Just chef's kiss to whoever invented that shit. They did a good job.
Yeah, the only time that I thought I was legit dying was when I was making the joke about you going to Thomasville. It's better to go to Thomasville than Lexington. Lexington is a shithole of a hospital to go to.
I found that out, yeah.
I went to Lexington and not anything against the doctors, the nurses or anything, but it's just it's not as, you can get in and get seen and get taken care of there way easier, way quicker. The system's better. But they said it was an ulcer. I still don't know that it was because it was a situation where I felt almost like a heart attack. I just felt like I was dying, 100% dying, which I don't know that a heart attack really causes a lot of pain or anything. But and the only way that I could not have pain was to just go and grunt. And that was the only way that my pain would go.
Oh, I think you were having an esophageal spasm. I had one of those, and like I would have to tense my chest like that. Like I was like, I don't know. You know when you gag and you kind of tighten up, like if you tighten up like that, it didn't hurt as bad. Hurt right here, man. And that fucking thing, it lasted for like a day and a half. Yeah. That shit hurt like a motherfucker too.
But they gave me like, I think they gave me morphine, like intravenously, did not touch the pain. And then they gave me like Malox and stuff like that. Like for the most part, didn't touch the pain. Like, and I was just sitting there in pain. And then finally, once it went away, I just did kombucha and a bunch of like probiotics, prebiotics and stuff, and haven't had it since. But like it was one of these things where it just like as soon as it kicked in, there was nothing making that fucking pain go away.
They gave me Dilaudid for the kidney stone. That took the pain away. It did. I was happy. I was like, I'm gonna come back to work. And then the doctor came in. He's like, you ain't going back to work. He's like, don't go back to work because this ain't over. And I was like, what are you talking about? I feel great, doc. I feel good. And he's like, all right. He gives me a script of Vicodin. Okay, I get that filled. My daughter, my kids have their cousins over. I got to take their cousins home. Halfway through taking their cousins home, it starts happening again. So then I had to drive all the way there, all the way back in an intense amount of pain. I'm nowhere near the Vicodin. I take the Vicodin, I go to lay down. That shit don't even fucking...
Don't touch it.
Nothing. My wife keeps going, baby, just take a hot bath, see if that'll do it, because it'll at least like relax whatever tension you got. And I'm like, I can't fucking pee. It's still like when I go to pee, it was just dribbling. And I was just like, if I just peed, it'd probably be better. And it was just so fucking rough. Finally, and I don't know what it is about heeding people's advice. Yours, my wife's, y'all tell me to do something, and I do it. And it's like life becomes better. As soon as my fat ass touched that warm water, I immediately fucking start peeing. Yep. And that's like, I know when people haven't had a kidney stone, because they'll be like, oh man, I peed, and when the stone came out, oh, that's where I'm like, that's not where the pain comes from. The stone coming out is the best part of having a kidney stone. That's the best part. The worst part is when that bitch is stuck from the tube from your kidney to your bladder. Once it falls in your bladder, you don't have pain. And then eventually you'll pee it out. If you don't pee it out, then some shit has to happen. Whatever. But me, as soon as my fucking rotisserie pale ass, fucking uncooked whole chicken ass touched that fucking water.
Paint that picture.
I'm painting the picture for everybody. That shit shot right out. And I mean, and I'm just sitting there in the bathtub, and I guarantee you, I orgasmically laid in that piss water for like 20 minutes. I was just like, oh, it's fucking over. Like that was the worst, incredible pain. Like it was baffling how the human body can feel that.
You know, you don't want pee in a pool, but sitting in your own piss water is totally different than like, imagine you're all stopped up on the back door and you sit in the bathtub and then it lets go.
If I had that pain and that shit relieved that pain, I'd probably sit in that shit water for at least 20 minutes. That's because my body was just like, it's over. I felt like I went through a war.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I think I'd probably stand up, shower off, and then maybe run another bath.
My mother-in-law was so fucking annoying during the whole, when the blood vessel burst in her vagina, because she was like, oh, we're going to have I was like, if we have a grandkid at 6 months, their chance of dying dramatically exponentially increases. Yeah. So I don't want to have a kid right now.
Well, and even if they survive the amount of medical things that can, like, you know, you'd prefer that over death, but like you don't want the kid to come that much early ever.
Yeah. You don't want your kids coming. But
you always kind of make it weird.
It's so fun to make it weird. But during that 2 weeks, we did fall in love with hospital chili. Because when you ain't got nothing else to eat, and they got fucking chili down there, and then they gave you the big, like the sour cream that they gave you was in like the triangle pack, so it was a lot.
Yeah.
And then they had shredded cheddar cheese. So you put the cheddar cheese in the chili, and and it was just amazing.
Chili is one of those things that it's like you can fuck it up, but it's so much harder to fuck it up than it is to like chili. Like even all the different flavors and kinds that you can make, for the most part, it's a delicious.
There's two ways to fuck it up. Not putting enough like chili powder in it, doesn't taste like chili, or you make that shit spicy as fuck.
Yeah. So I've got a best of Reddit update for you. This is
right.
one of yours. This is a 6-pager.
Jesus Christ, we're already fucking an hour and
30 minutes in it.
Almost 2 hours into this.
No, An hour and 30.
Y'all getting a 2-hour episode today.
Otherwise, we'd round up that you're almost 40.
No, it's past an hour and a half, so you would round up to an hour.
You would not at 34 minutes round up to an hour.
Yes, you would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, you'd round up. If you were going to round up, it'd be an hour and 45 minutes if you were going to round up.
Dear beautiful listener, tell me what you would round to. If you're
an hour and a half. If you're at an hour and a half, you could say an hour and a half. Or if you wanted to round up, which it's still not even close to rounding up to an hour and 45 minutes, but you are nowhere close to an 2-hour episode.
Agree to disagree. I think you're wrong.
100% right.
Y'all are getting a 2-hour episode today, all eating good.
They like to have an hour and 40 minutes, an hour close up to 2 hours. Yeah. Because we've cut them in half of the amount of
eating
episodes.
good.
Yeah. I look out for our listeners. You
Well,
want to cheat them.
It was like last week. It was like, damn, we're doing another story. I was like, yeah, we're going to keep them long. I told you.
So I'm doing it.
All right.
Why are you judging me?
Y'all going to have to let me light up a cigarette in here or some shit.
You got a 9 milligram in your mouth right now.
I still want a cigarette.
You always want a cigarette.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't give me a lung transplant. I ruin these lungs.
All right. So am I the asshole for not wanting to take my wife's niece and nephew in so they can get out of foster care? Are you the asshole?
Yeah, man. Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
This is a throwaway. Been sitting on this for a few days, but it is still eating at me. My wife wants to take her niece and nephew in since they have been in foster care for over a year now. What I know is limited, but this is what I know of the saga. Back in October of last year, my sister-in-law, her husband, and the husband's mother were living in a 1-bedroom camper with 6 dogs and 2 kids. It appears someone reported them to CPS or DCS. They made a house call and the house was in squalor.
So I'm kind of changing my thing now because there's a difference between kids who have lost their parents versus kids who had really bad parents that get taken away because them kids be a little bit tarnished. You know what I'm saying?
A little hard to get along with.
Yeah, they'd be a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? Them are the kids where you're like, all right, well, we're going to bed, guys. And then you wake up and one of them staring at you and it's like, I just like to walk in here and stare at you guys. It was like, fuck, I gotta get rid of y'all.
Apparently, they were only supposed to be taken away temporarily until they found proper living arrangements and rehomed the dogs. My wife asked if we could help, so we agreed to give them the deposit for an apartment and 5 months' rent. That sounds like you did a pretty solid thing. This is where shit went south. They tested the kids for THC and they had elevated levels. The son is currently 5 and the daughter is currently 13. I do not know the exact level. My sister-in-law and her husband swear they only smoke outside and the levels the children had were too high for secondhand smoke. They claim they gave them gummies or something. To be fair, I could see them doing that. This is the least of their concerns. Her husband forgot to register since he is a registered sex offender.
Fucking God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these kids had a fucking shitty hand dealt to them.
Man, I think if it's me, I'm taking the kids in so they can see what like normalcy is.
It is one count he had.
Well, no, because if they got kids, and I'm sorry, but it does tend to happen that, like, especially if you got kids and that's what they know is, fuck, that's that's a tough one.
It is one count that he had sex with a 15-year-old when he was 19 or 20. So, I mean, bad, but
still pyre, but not like I have to worry about his kids now.
Apparently, she lied about her age, but Washington, a minor lying about their age is not a defense. That caused some issue. He was charged, and apparently his father posted bail for him, so he has that going for him. Now, earlier this month, the attorney representing them for the CPS case asked if we would be willing to take the kids in. The husband's father said no, and my father and mother-in-law said hell no. Yeah, so the grandparents are not helping out.
Right.
So that leaves us. My wife wants to do it, but I'm on the fence. We don't have to make a choice now. Last hearing we had was last week, which is where they presented the option of us taking the kids in. The judge requested CPS reach out to our child service agency in New York because we live in New York.
That's fucked, though. The grandparents are just like, no, we ain't taking these kids.
Yeah, they're the ones that should. Like, if you got shitty kids, they've went awry. Like, your grandkids need your
help. At the same time, they're getting raised by the shitty people that raise the shitty people. It
is not a slam dunk. We have to get approved. We have to be approved good for the kids. We need to find our own attorney and stuff. Next appearance will be on February when the judge claims they will determine what to do next regarding things like a parent plan and stuff. I don't know. I'm very much torn. I don't want to take the kids in. I get they have no one else, but yeah, I don't want them. I like our life, and we both were always happy with not having children. My other fear is I know my wife will want them to be a part of the kids' lives, and that apparently means we may end up supporting her sister at the very least. I know how much this means to my wife, but I'm really torn. My wife is telling me it is normal to feel this way, but it is the right thing to do. I don't know. I'm really lost. I don't know anything about the criminal side of the charges, like failure to register or if the THC in the children is a charge, so cannot comment on that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's charge.
Just looking for some honest and brutal feedback. Have no one else I could talk to about this. My wife's mind is made up, but we need to both agree, is my understanding. Minor update. I spoke briefly with an attorney at around 10. We scheduled a full consultation for January 5th, but he echoed what many others have said based on the information provided. This seems more like a guardian or adoption thing, but he is also confused why my sister-in-law, at the very least, has not had visitation with the kids. As others have said, he feels something else may be going on. Was a very brief conversation. We were both present, so we shall see. Thanks for all the advice and suggestions. I'm going through compiling everything and writing down my questions and concerns. Asked my wife to do the same. Update 1 month later. Yeah, like, that's such a shitty position to be put in. Like, the grandparents, come on. Like, you're the fallback. Like, you are. And for your grandkids' sake, you should, like, that should immediately be, we'll take them. You can't come. If you don't want the fucking parents, like, you can't come. But we'll take the kids. We'll make sure they're fed, clothed, going to school. I don't see how a grandparent wouldn't feel that way.
Right.
So wild. Like, fuck those kids. Put them in the system. All right, so the update 1 month later. So my wife and I spoke to our attorney, and we also attended our first hearing. As many have mentioned, we were missing a lot of details. The judge is 100% fed up with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Take a pause real quick. So, you know what always fucks me up? I look at my babies, and I'm like, what if they had, like, my brother for a father? And it always breaks my heart, because I'm, like, imagine, you know, your daughter, and she's with a shitty... Like, she has shitty fucking parents. And it always just breaks my goddamn heart.
I don't know. I guess I can look at other people and do that. But I just look and be like, what can I do to be better? Like, because in every situation, you know, like, I'm not a perfect parent.
Right.
And so me trying to constantly, I hardly ever, my wife always does those, like, well, what if this didn't happen, we wouldn't be together? Well, it fucking did. There's no redoing that. Like, so there's no... I guess if we believe in the multiverse that there's a million other like things going on and we're there doing shit, like I guess there is one where that doesn't happen. But I mean, ultimately, I'm always looking at how do I make today.
I think it just started because of Theo, like, and him being nonverbal and autistic and all the shit that we do and the therapies and working with him and stuff like that. And then we have another nonverbal autistic in the family who's just treated like shit.
Yeah.
And it's not from my brothers. So seeing that, and I'm just like, fuck, like, that is terrible. Do I want to get in there? Yeah, he's a shitty person. If he hears this, maybe it'll change his life. But currently my brother, my middle brother, who doesn't have any kids and, you know, lives a life of freedom, he's trying to get custody of that child because it's from the half brother who thinks if you nut on a baby, it's his. He's just shit. And
that's the baby that needs cared for.
Right. And it's like, you know, I don't know. I can't. Like, I didn't have any love for you because I knew you weren't my brother. But then it's like, now I just hate you because I have, you know, a nonverbal autistic child. And like, it's a lot of patience and understanding and you kind of adapt to the way they are, you know. One of my biggest things that I'm so proud of is, you know, teaching them how to potty train and being on that rhythm and working with them to get them, you know, potty trained and everything like that. And then, you know, you got a guy who's calling his kid a dumbass because he doesn't even know how to take a shit in a toilet. And I'm just like, just kind of, I might after this podcast ends, just go drive down there and beat him up. See, I start talking about it. I get fucking pissed, man. I get fucking pissed. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes back to what we always say. Like, the kid has no choice. Like, and I know somebody made a comment on one of the things about, like, you know, nobody in this has a choice. But yeah, everybody has a choice. Like, once you're an adult, you make your choices. Like, as you're a kid, a lot of those choices.
Now we're talking about a nonverbal autistic child who's not going to live the regular life that, you know, we have and stuff.
But yeah, like, I mean, everybody has a choice. Like, it's different, and like, everybody has different cognitive abilities and different things. Like, the certain things you're predisposed to can like affect your life for a long time, and you have to figure out how to overcome those things. But like, overall, a kid through all their formative years, it's up to everybody around them to not fuck them up.
Right.
Like, they're not born fucked up. They're not born predisposed to do certain things. Like, you have to try your hardest not to fuck them up. And like, even being too nice and too gentle and too, like, you can fuck them up that way too. So like, there's no like easy path to get a kid from born to responsible adult who can handle the world. And that's the big thing. Is like, you can't look at a kid and be like, you're a shit. Well, why are they a shit? Because of your influence? Because somebody else is like, try and help them not be a shit. Like, it's not that they're a shit. It's like, right now, their experience has made them into a shit. How do you get them out of being a shit? If you're, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old and have cognitive abilities that aren't up to snuff, like, you still have to have patience and work with them. You can't just be like, you're, you know, a lack of word. Like, there's words that people use, and like, that's not cool. Like, you have to ultimately get them to the peak of their performance, what they're able to accomplish.
Right.
And not judge them because they're not you and had your life. But yeah, it's terrible that like that exists. But unfortunately, for people that are not nonverbal autistic, and then people that are, people are just terrible humans and treat kids, like innocent little kids, like shit.
Yeah, but if like he died, and I don't think he's going to make it long on this earth. He's a pretty big dude, bunch of health problems. If he died and then he had nowhere to go, and they were like, yeah.
How old's the kid now?
He's younger than Theo.
Oh,
like, I think a year younger than Theo.
So he shouldn't even, like, I mean, that's potty training time, and there's no problem with that at all. Like, I mean, and a kid pretty much, you know, does, like, a kid decides when they're going to do that. And I don't know, like, I mean, your son kind of, yes, you're working with him, but he shows interest in like wanting to be able to do that stuff, right?
No, so what happened was, they don't show interest in shit, bro. He is, like, at first I thought, you know, he'll be a normal kid with all this. And then I was just like, okay, I have to let that go. That's just, you know, that was a want from dad. Like, I didn't think it in malice. I just thought it in, you know, being optimistic.
Well, hopes for him too.
Yeah, and then as it kind of goes on, you're like, okay, he is very much deep in this spectrum. So what happened was anytime he had a poop, like if I saw him, we'd immediately run to the bathroom. Didn't matter if we was mid pooping. I'd set him on the toilet, and then like we'd start singing like, oh, we're pooping in the potty, just something. That's the biggest thing. Like, if you got a nonverbal autistic kid, rhythm, boy, them kids love rhythm. He'll go in there and drum on his little drum set and like, he has rhythm. So everything we do, and I teach him, is like song form. Like I told you in Gabe's, he'll start going, there is a monster and he likes to eat hawks. Where are the hawks? And he sings that, he'll walk around the living room, and then he'll go, there they are. No. So he does a lot of like imitation and stuff like that. And I was like, if we can kind of get that into the mindset. And then after a while, when he had a poop, he'd go run to the bathroom to poop on the potty.
Yeah.
We have still not conquered wiping butt though. He tried the other day, and it was with the tiniest sliver of paper, and he had poop all over his hands.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, we tried though. That's the A for effort. Need a little bit more toilet paper.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the big thing is like, for a while, you still need to be back there checking, just because you don't want poop all over their butt.
Absolutely. Because then he was just like, oh, poop's coming out. I can touch it. I can see it.
No.
That was a process to not get him to touch it then. That was a war in and of itself. I was like, we just go back to the diapers at this point, because he's just like painting with it. So I would literally have to sit in the bathroom the whole time he was pooping. And then when he go to touch it, I'd grab his hand and set it on his lap and be like, we don't touch poop because poop is nasty. And then now he'll be in there and all you hear him go, like, he'll use the bathroom. He still has that kid shame, when the kid, they start talking and stuff like that, but they poop in their diaper still. They're like hide and they're just learning how to talk. They're just becoming a little bit aware. But you'll hear him in the bathroom and he'll be like, we don't touch poop because poop is nasty. Ew, nasty poop. And then I have to go in there to make sure we're not singing that song because he's touching the poop, because that was a thing because I got too comfortable with it. If I'm standing in there, he'll go, Daddy, be back, if he does not want me in the bathroom. And then I'll come by and he'll go, Daddy, wipe your butt. And that's how I know he's ready to leave. But he'll go, Daddy, be back. Mommy, be back.
But see, that's what the other kid needs. But at 3 and 4, like, you're learning that. Like, it's there's no rush to like forcing. Like, it's a process. It's not a on-off switch, and it's over time. Like, I feel bad for that other kid too. All right, so that is a topic for another day. As for the kids, the oldest has a history of running away, stealing, and lying. She has accused foster parents of inappropriate behavior, but it appeared the claims were thrown out since they had no forensic evidence to support the claim. Not exactly sure what they meant by that. She is not doing well in school. She has been caught smoking and drinking, and this is a 13-year-old.
Yep.
Did I read that? Yeah, we're at the update. Yeah. Okay, so where's the smoking at? In short, she is a hot mess. She wants to be with her parents, which is understandable. The brother seems to have adjusted better than the sister. Overall, we were presented the option to foster or guardianship. Guardianship is the quicker option, according to our attorney, but generally is harder to get out of. The point of contention is our status. If we divorce before officially taking them in, it could delay the process. I am personally leaning towards we separate beforehand, then she does what she needs. Oh, so he's dipping.
Oh, shit. That's kind of crazy. What a fucking turd. I mean, I guess if she settled on it and you was like, really, I don't want any kids, then...
I mean, honestly, bringing a 13-year-old girl into your house and she...
At this point, I'd get the 5-year-old because she...
Yeah.
What mom and dad do is fun to her now. Like, that's fun being there.
Yeah.
And
well, and she thinks she's an adult. Like,
right.
At 13, she's like, oh, yeah, no, I can smoke,
I got all
drink,
this figured out,
do whatever I want. Mom and dad are cool with it. Like, yeah. So I could understand his reservation. Like, he's not officially like, yes, he's married to her, but she's decided to go a different route and he's not on board with it. I can see why he's dipping out. All right. We were told, given the age of the kids, cannot share a room. So that is fun in New York City, which will be hard for her to afford on her income alone. But in theory, we were told income should not be a limiting factor. She just has to be able to provide care for the kids. Unfortunately, our marriage is probably over. I will do what I can as a friend, but kids are not in the cards for me. My wife is not exactly pleased and does feel like I'm punishing her for the actions of her sister. I tried my best to explain that I love her, but I did not sign up for this. I told her maybe if it was just the brother, but his sister is a hot mess, and that is a bag of drama and trauma I am not equipped to handle. I do want to say I appreciate the feedback, differing perspectives, and suggestions. I am not pleased with the outcome, but yeah, that is life. But I thought long and hard, and I cannot see myself growing to love or appreciate them if they cause major shifts in our life and freedoms, which objectively they will. If you have more suggestions or tips, please leave them. I will pass them along to my soon-to-be ex at this rate.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think I could do go ahead and have the 5-year-old come, especially because it is still way formative years. You can pull them back from the edge on certain, it's a new environment.
Completely. I mean, they're just now becoming self-aware, and there's things 2 years from now that they're not going to remember from their childhood. So, but I guess if she's that staunchly like, we're getting both, there's nothing anyway about it. And he's like, fuck, I don't want to do this. And that's crazy. It could come to that though.
It is signing up for a lot to take on a 13-year-old girl that is already in her rebellious phase. Like, to bring that into your life, your whole entire life is about to change, and not in a good way. Like you can have the desire to want to help and show her, but unfortunately, like it's a hard time for biological parents that have done well, let alone some shit-stained parents that are dropping their kid at your feet. Like that is a scary that's a nightmare.
That is rough. That is rough. And it's rough too for the wife who was put in that position that says, hey, this is blood family to you, and either you take them in and ruin your marriage, or you just let them go off in the foster system and you roll the dice at whatever happens.
Yeah.
It's fucked. I think this is our last story for the podcast. It says, I'm leaving my husband because I found out he has been making fun of me behind my back to his ex. Such an easy prejudge.
Yeah. Why is he still talking to his ex?
Yeah, obviously you're overreacting, lady. God.
They're just friends.
Right, they're just friends. My husband, 45 male, and I, 36 female, met about 6 years ago. We had been married for 1 year. When we met, I was very fit and athletic. I started gaining weight, however, after suffering 2 miscarriages and the loss of my mother to cancer. I was very depressed and barely got out of bed, if not to go to work. I stopped exercising and instead started eating junk food. I've gained 40 pounds in 2 years. Fit woman plus 40 pounds is, so she's more delicious? Like, I don't. Maybe this is one of those guys. Under this time, my husband, then fiance, was very supporting and loving. I felt guilty and tried to give him an out several times, but instead he proposed and we got married last summer. Since our marriage, I've been feeling much better and it showed. I've lost around 20 pounds so far and I gained back my muscle and abs. He was so happy to see me feeling better. On his computer, however, it was a totally different story. He was talking almost under our entire relationship to his ex-wife about me. His ex-wife, 46 female, left him around 7-8 years ago for her colleague. The relationship didn't work, however, and she tried to get back together with my husband. He had already met me, but they stayed friends, mostly via chat, texting. She lives 12 hours away. Well, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. My husband was complaining about everything about me. My job, my depression, my cooking, but mostly about my weight. He was telling her how disgusting I was to him. He even found it hard to share the same bed since I snored like a dog. He sent her pictures of me while I was sleeping, sometimes in underwear with comments about my belly, double chin, back boobs, etc. She found these pictures extremely amusing. She came up with the name White Whale. They both found it hilarious, and now this is what they refer to me as. And that's when, while he's sleeping, you stab him.
People are so horrible.
Are just fucking monsters. Like, it's fun having like a comedy podcast, and it's like, but some of these stories do get to you. Like, it's like fucked. It's fucked shit. And it's just like, we have to see, this is Villain Mike now. See, Villain Mike always comes out. He does. But it's just like some fucked shit, man. And the crazy part about all of this is like, you find all this stuff. There's no coming back from this. What's up? Oh, okay. But there's no coming back from this, So in essence, she just loses her entire relationship. And maybe, the two shit stains get back together. I mean, she'll eventually cheat on him again, but whatever. But they'll have their happiness for a minute. And I guess you just build on you. But also too, at the same time, how do you sit on a jury? Because there's been instances where this probably happened. And then, she stabs the husband a couple times. And then the jury's just like, well, we got to find her guilty because she did stab somebody. Because if I heard all that and they were doing the text messages about what the ex and the husband were talking about, I was like, yeah, fucking yeah, stab him. She stabbed him. And everybody else in agreement there was just like, well, no, I mean, she stabbed him technically within the law. We got to think about the law. I ain't got to think about the law right now. I got to think about what happened for the law to be broken.
Well, the law's pretty easy. Like, I mean, that's the thing is, like, it's there and it's easy to lay out like what caused certain things. And I'm not on board of her stabbing him. Like, I'm not. But the whole thing is
Just
like,
a couple stabs, not a murder. God.
I mean,
like maybe thigh, crotch area.
you could hit an artery and dead.
Yeah, definitely in the thigh. That's where you're fucking.
But
I mean, that aorta?
No,
that's in your heart. Yeah, that's in your heart. That is not your carotid artery. Fucking what artery is that in your leg?
I don't fucking know.
Carotid's in your neck. Aorta's heart. Ha! I always think I could do that and it'll just come to me.
And
muscle memory.
if you don't have, like, if we don't need that, we could just walk on. But you always get so deep. Like, I need to know the name of this. And
Yeah,
then, so
Ryan
it's like
Gosling
3
was
minutes.
the actor that people said couldn't act.
3
in the
minutes
other
later.
episode. Yeah, where I was like, fuck, what is the actor? It was Ryan Gosling. Someone was like, he can't act. I was like, he can act his ass off.
I like it.
And what was that?
I like it.
Oh, I thought you said I thought you meant to say I love it, but I thought you fucked up love, but you said like, and I'm the asshole for going, what?
No, like, my favorite movie of him, though, is with Steve Carell. The one where they go off.
Emma Stone and
yeah, that's my favorite.
And he's such a great comedic actor too. Him on SNL is my favorite episodes of SNL. Just like down if you watch every skit that he's in, it's always good. And he just plays any part so well.
Yeah.
Him and Thanos, who played Thanos, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, he's good too.
I could have said No Country for Old Men, but I didn't want to sound pretentious, you know what I'm saying? Like bring out his good movie. Just Thanos, bam. Everybody knows Thanos.
No, but with this, like, it's one of those things that, yes, what he's saying is the problem, but like, he's just a shit fucking husband. Like, why'd you marry her? Why'd you ever stick around? If you've been talking to your ex-wife this whole time, like, don't feel like you have to stay with this chick. Like, if you want to go back with your ex-wife, go.
I hope he does
get the fuck out.
I hope he leaves her, goes back to his, and then he's like looking on her phone because, you know, she already left for a colleague one time. And then he sees the colleague's dick and it's just like fucking a thigh slapper. It just smacks his kneecaps. And then he gets all insecure and cries at night. Fucking douchebag. They don't flirt exactly or talk about being together or starting an affair, but they do say that they miss each other and they reminisce about the times when they were married. She's more flirtatious and he really enjoys it. Whatever he's telling her isn't what I've experienced with him. I don't disgust him. He tells me that he loves me all the time. We have great, passionate sex, and the way he touches and makes love to me is so great. He must be a really good actor if he really was disgusted by me. And he hates the few times we have to sleep apart. He's lying, and I don't know why he's doing it. He's lying to one of us, and I'm not sure if I want to know who he's lying to and why. I decided to get out of this marriage and leave this behind me. Right now, I'm acting like everything is normal, but I have to start looking for a new job in another city and a place to rent. I've also started with birth control pills in case something happens between us, and I have talked to a lawyer to prepare the divorce and start the process once I'm gone. One thing I'm not going to do is fall back into a depression and gain weight. I will not allow it. What a waste of love he has been. She did have to put in here, I can't believe I need to explain this about the birth control pills. Very simple explanation. Up until I went through his messenger, I loved and trusted this guy. We had a great sex life and we were trying to conceive. When I read what he has written and the way he took pictures of me sleeping, something inside me, has something happened inside me and I don't know the person in front of me anymore. I can't read his face. I don't trust him. I don't know how long I'm going to need to stay under the same roof as him. I don't know what his reaction would be if I refused him over a long period of time with no real excuse. I don't know what else he's capable of besides taking pictures of sleeping people. I don't know if I, in a moment of weakness, succumb to lust, or if he for a moment could fool me that he actually loved me. For all of these reasons and many darker scenarios I've played in my head, I'm taking extra precautions. It's so sad what a woman has to go through.
Why would anybody say anything about that in Reddit? Like that she has to feel the need to go through that.
Redditors are dorks. I mean, it's the same. I like to be like, you know, I like Reddit and everything like that, but Reddit literally has the same ratio as any other social media between good people and then fucking smooth brain fucking just Neanderthals. We have an update, and I kind of like this update. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I like what she does.
You read this whole story already?
Mm-hmm. Hi again. I don't know how to make an update, but my original post is in my profile. But I'm feeling happy, so happy for the first time in weeks, and I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share that with you since so many of you supported me and requested an update. I didn't prior spy on my husband. I used his MacBook to do some work. He had forgotten to log out of Facebook and Messenger. I love how that's the problem. People are like, you went through his personal stuff and found all that terrible shit?
You found out that he's a monster? Like, you shouldn't be spying on him. You wouldn't know that he was a monster until you... Well, I fucking found out.
Right. If you have intuition of something going on, okay, and you're not just an insecure fucking little, you know, dumb fuck. If you have, like, evidence, if you think that something's going on, yeah, it's fine. It's not fine when you're just sitting there being an insecure trolling dude. That's when it's not fine to just like pry and go through shit. But if your wife comes home with a hickey, you can go through her phone and maybe try to see what happened. He has never given me any reason to spy on him. After I found out, however, I would occasionally check his phone, maybe hoping that it was all a bad joke. He continued complaining anyhow, and he was now telling her I was being distant and cold in a manner that he was tired and that he was tired of me. He even lied and told her I was gaining even more weight, even though I'm not. He told her we weren't having sex. I avoided him because I couldn't find it under the rolls of fat, a joke that she highly appreciated. I didn't spy after that. I got the confirmation I needed. In the meantime, he acted like a worried husband with me, concerned about me and asking if I was going through a new depression. So obviously he's lying to her and telling you the truth, but he's lying to her for some sort of like validation, emotional affair type situation.
Well, yeah, he gets his dopamine and the
He's
thrill.
playing both sides of the fence, not wanting to hurt one woman. And he found out to make one woman happy is talking shit about you. So that's why he's talking shit about you. He does love you, which is going to hurt him when you leave, which is going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Well, yeah, he's getting all of his endorphins from the like cheating on the side. And so he's saying anything that it makes sense to get her to like show her interest. And so he keeps trying to keep this side bitch, which makes zero sense.
Because he's not even getting any of the pussy.
No. And then he's hurt. He doesn't know he's hurting you. He thinks all this is in the secret. And so he's getting his little jollies there, but totally fucking you up in the process.
He told me he loved me and that he was there for me. He did everything like the previous time I had dips. Called from work, came home with takeout from my favorite restaurant, did all the cleaning and washing around the house, baked fresh bread in the morning, flowers and chocolate. If he asked me what I wanted, he would go for nighttime drives and walks. I have my big sister who lives in another city. I told her that I was leaving my husband and then I was looking for jobs in her city. My sister is married and she lives with her husband and daughter in a big house. She offered me one of her spare rooms. I got a job. I got a few job interviews and one of them turned into an offer. It's not exactly my field of work. And it came with a significant decrease in salary, but I thought about it and it's a good start until something more suitable comes up. I didn't want to prolong my stay with him any longer, and a decrease in income is a good sacrifice. Plus, I'm going to have lower rent, and I'm selling my car since the new job is a walking distance away from Sissy's house. That's fucking adorable that she calls her sister Sissy, because my son does that, and that just shows that that's how much you love your sister. God, love it. And that's what everybody in my house calls each other the role that they are, and I think it's so adorable.
Yeah, that's what we do. Because
I call dad mom, mom calls me dad, sissy brother, all that stuff. It's fucking adorable. Except for Theo, he's Bubba's. And it's just whoever's the baby is Bubba's. And then, you know, that's been my daughter's nickname, my middle son's nickname, and now the littlest one. And then they turn into Pumpkin for me. I call him Pumpkin. Like I don't call him. I usually call her Sissy, and then Pumpkin, all that stuff. I don't think we ever use real names. If you hear a real name in the house, somebody's mad at you.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah. My new job starts October 1st. I'm working my notice period for my computer. The 2 months between jobs, I'm going to have fun and work on myself. I took my name off the lease, but I'm going to pay 2 more months. I left him Sunday. The night before, I prepared a very nice dinner, and I effed his brains out all night. It felt so good. It felt so good to hear him whisper how much he loved me and how lucky he was to have me. In the morning, I left the divorce paper and my attorney's number. In the kitchen, when I got to my sister, I could finally tell her and the rest of the family about everything. I showed them all the conversations and even the pictures he's taken of me. They're all pissed at him. He has been calling and texting me. See, here's the thing, though, is my daughter can have her love life. And if her and her husband ain't working out and they divorce, that's fine. If I found out that you were taking pictures of my daughter while she was sleeping and you were sending them to another person, I got to beat your ass. I'm sorry. Okay? Come down to beat your ass.
Well, taking pictures of somebody while they're sleeping is one, like, because my wife will do it to me and
all the time.
But let me finish my fucking statement.
Yeah, no.
But the thing is like, it's that we're gonna show each other. It's not like that you're gonna then berate somebody. I'm not taking a picture of my wife drooling on a pillow to make fun of her, like it in a joking way. But like, I'm not sending it to somebody to be like, look at my slob of a wife. Like,
right.
That's where it becomes a fucking issue, is when you're doing it to hurt that person without them knowing that you're hurting them. Like,
yeah, no, my wife does that all the time. And I'll take pictures of her when she's like snuggled up with the kids or something like that.
Yeah.
But I sleep in very funny manners and she takes pictures of me. We can laugh about it. But if I found out she was sending that to another dude, we got a problem.
Look at this fat son of a bitch.
I didn't say fat. You did. Your words, not mine. Thanks, bud.
You said it before.
Wow.
But there
There
was a time where I took a video of my wife while she was sleeping because she swears she doesn't snore. And so I have the video evidence of like
You had to get her with the little. My thing is, my wife doesn't snore. She just breathes loud. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Just snore. Like, I would rather you just snore than breathe loud. Yeah. And it's just like,
while she's sleeping.
yeah, you just sound like a jet engine next to me. Like, fucking Jesus. Like, I know I sound like I'm sawing through logs. You know what I'm saying? But her is just, it's so loud.
I wish my wife would take a video of me while I'm snoring, because I don't know that I snore, but I know that I snore. Like, I've been told it, but I don't know what it sounds like.
Oh, my wife's taking videos of me, and it's just, it is. I'm like, how do y'all get rest? And she's like, exactly. Because she'll always, like, she'll be like, roll over on your side. And I'm just like, stop waking me up so much, babe. God. And she's like, we literally cannot fall asleep.
Is it that loud?
Theo don't have a problem with it. Theo has never hit me to wake up. One thing he can't stand, though, is when Amy's alarm goes off in the morning, fucking loses his shit.
Shut that shit off.
No, he just starts screaming, man. He hates it. And I guess he associates it now with like waking up. And plus, the school uses it to change, like when they're changing activity.
The same alarm
Yeah,
sound?
Yeah, because they use an iPhone there. So he fucking hates the sound.
I hate that sound too.
I do too. Fuck. Oh.
I always try to do like pleasant sounds for if I'm going to set an alarm or anything. Ever since I got this smartwatch, I use the smartwatch to vibrate, and that's what wakes me up.
Oh, really?
There's no sound, and so I don't wake anybody else up when I decide to wake up.
Right. My shit has to sound like it's screaming and there's panic going on for me to get my fat ass up.
If you were to have a watch and it vibrates, it'll wake you up.
Yeah, I ain't got to watch money, buddy. Sorry, I'm not money bags like you over here. Rich family with the pond.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Mike.
He went to my parents, but they just shunned him at the door and advised him to let it go. Maybe he knows now because he's been asking to explain and apologize. I don't care. All I texted back is that if he wants to convey a message, he should do it through my lawyer. That's a like to make him a great dinner. And you're like, oh my God, this is so good.
Fuck his brains out.
Because now he knows. He's fuck. And it just hits him all at once while he's lost.
Well, especially if she didn't give him anything, just like divorce papers. Like, I'm out. Like, so he has no fucking clue.
Oh, he knows. He knows. If he's been this good, upstanding person to her, but he has this one, because he sends those messages. He probably.
But for it to be left like that, like you think that you're scot-free, nobody knows about this little conversation you're having on the side. And in that moment, like you get divorce papers, and she did just make you a fucking delicious dinner, fucked your brains out, like fucking amazing thing. And then you wake up to divorce and you're just like, what the fuck? What happened? I mean, obviously he's going to put two and two together, but in that instance, like he thought he was been doing this play of I'm the best husband, which he was doing a fucking good job. Had he just not been a fucking shit stain over there, that's how it went. That's how you win. You're a great husband. You're taking care of her. So you're putting all that work in to being a great husband and then doing this on the side and not even like fucking, like just shit talking your ex-wife, shit talking about your current wife with your ex-wife for whatever fucking reason. Like, seems like such an easy way to be like, I don't need to fuck up over here.
Right.
So wild. Throw it all away.
Fucked.
All that work, all that effort, all that being a good husband, throwing it away.
I think that's the best leaving somebody we've got, though.
Yeah.
Because you just make it a magical night, and then he wakes up to divorce papers. What happened? Oh, God. Fuck.
I think it's funny, though, that she like still cared enough to fuck him. Like, that's the wild part, is that she could separate this whole situation and be like, I can still fuck his brains out and like show him what he's going to miss out on without just like, wanting, ew, gross, I don't want to touch him. Like, that's wild that she had that wherewithal to just be like, I'm just going to knock it out one more time.
Right. Crazy shit. This was a fucking banging ass episode, though. 2 hours.
Yeah. That's what the people want.
Y'all ate good. Look, make sure y'all leave a review and comment and thank Dylan. How about that? How about that?
It was Mike's idea. Thank Mike for it.
It was, yes. Thank me. Praise me. Later, guys.
Later.